It's the Special District 5 opener and homecoming here at Hill O'Brien Field as they face the winless Klamath Union Pelicans. Well, it was a close encounter all night last week at Wairika as the Miners, despite losing one of its key players to an injury and an ejection of another player late in the game, gave the Hornets all they could handle in the penalty-riddled game. In the first quarter, Henley got the scoring first thanks to a 30-yard touchdown run by John Mark Takini. The two-point conversion was no good, 6-0 Henley. In the second quarter, Wairika struck pay dirt when Jake Peterson ran for a 15-yard touchdown. The point after kick by Peterson was good, 7-6 in favor of Wairika. Also in the second quarter, just before halftime with 55 seconds left, Tim Orr made a touchdown pass complete for 27 yards to Braden Lowry. Micah Rasmussen's kick is good. Halftime score, Henley 13 and Wairika 7. In the third quarter last week, Wairika hit the scoreboard. Number 12, Trey Setzer, completed a pass to Jake Peterson for 35 yards, and the point after kick by Jake Peterson, no good, tied the ball game up at 13 apiece. Also in the third quarter, it was the lead for the rest for the Henley Hornets as Tim Orr completed a pass for 3 yards to Sam Dixon. Point after kick by Micah Rasmussen was good. No scoring in the fourth quarter. Henley with the victory by a score of 20-13. Henley quarterback Tim Orr had a great night, going 15 of 28 for 217 yards, 2 touchdowns, but was intercepted twice on the evening. Cameron O'Connor returned to the Henley lineup after sitting out the North Marion game due to a concussion and rushed for 68 yards on 10 carries, while John Takini rushed for 53 yards on 11 carries and that rushing touchdown. Sam Dixon had 6 receptions for 102 yards and a touchdown, while Braden Lowry caught 4 passes for 81 yards and a touchdown. Defensively, Braden Lowry was credited with 6.5 tackles, 5 of them solo, while Dylan Shranowski was in on 5.5 tackles, and Cade Northcutt had 5 tackles to help the cause. This is homecoming, so we'll stop the pregame show for just a couple seconds and let you listen in to the national anthem. A beautiful rendition of the Star Spangled Banner and our color guard out in the track right in front of our broadcast location. BasonLife.com with Brian Casey is out here tonight too with Facebook Live, so you'll be able to listen and watch tonight's game on KFLS and Basin Life Magazine also through Facebook on Facebook Live. Let's continue with the pregame show. We'll be back with the rest of the pregame show coming up in 2 minutes. You're listening to Henley Hornets football on KFLS and KlamathRadio.com. A 2-minute break.
Thank you. National anthem was presented by Mackenzie Peterson along with football player Taylor Villa. He's having prayer over there. Looks like he's having prayer over there. No, you look like you've never seen that before.
All right, here we go.
Good luck, Alex.
Thank you.
Go get him, boy.
Got it.
It was. Why do you need it?
Oh.
I just got to see what it looks like.
How much time we got left, Chuck?
You've been here before. That's what it goes through.
Hey, Coach,
Thank you.
we don't have anybody to run the sideline. I've got an iPad up here. I just don't have anybody to
At
run
this
it.
time, the officials and team captains will be
I'll get a
at the 50-yard line for the flip of the coin and a sportsmanship message.
You got lights in there, Alex?
Here we are back at Hill O'Brien Field at Henley High School, homecoming 2019, with the Henley Hornets hosting the Klamath Union Pelicans in the Special District 5 opener for both teams. Tonight, as we mentioned, it is homecoming here at Hill O'Brien Field. Henley is attempting to stay undefeated when they face a Klamath Union Pelicans team that wants to start Special District 5 play with its first win of the season. Last Friday night, as the coin toss is about ready to take place, last Friday night, the Pelicans dropped a 33-20 decision on the field turf at Modoc Field to the Marshfield Pirates from Special District 4. It was the first win of the season for the team from Coos Bay. The Pelicans were held to just 9 passing yards and 244 total yards on the night, although one Pelican score came on an 80-yard run by Darius Holmes for the game's first score. The Pelicans started the season losing at Class 5A Eagle Point 34-8 and losing the following Friday night at Modoc Field to Class 3A Cascade Christian 49-27. Meanwhile, the Henley Hornets are 3-0, defeating Seaside 14-7 at Seaside and defeating North Marion last Saturday afternoon, a couple Saturdays ago actually, 35-16 here at Hill O'Brien Field. Last Friday night, winning at Wairika by a score of 20-13. Let's take another break, then come back, and we'll get this homecoming 2019 football game underway. The second of just 3 home games this season. We're glad that you can be a part of it. Klamath Union and Henley in the 4A Special District 5 opener for both teams. We're back in 2 minutes. You're listening to Henley Hornets football on KFLS Klamath Falls and translator K273DF Klamath Falls, KlamathRadio.com.
See him right there in the corner? You want him back in?
Who won the toss?
Henley did, and they deferred.
Henley and deferred. Okay.
You use them. I just call them.
Go up this ladder right.
How much time do I have left, Chuck? Chuck, how much time do I? 60. Okay, thank you. Why don't we go back on after this commercial ends, okay? Because they're about ready to do the kickoff.
Ready for some football.
Let's go back after this commercial.
Michael Rasmussen will kick off for the Hornets.
Well, I'm trying to get his other number. I think it's 10. Yeah. 10.
Ben Bernal is deep for the Pelicans.
We're back at Hill O'Brien Field, getting set for the opening kickoff. Michael Rasmussen, and it's a high end over run kick being taken by the up man who fumbles the ball and happens to fall on it. Juan Pena, a senior, about a second or so after he gets the handoff from Tim Orr. And Klamath Union gets the ball back in Henley territory on the 45-yard line. 1st and 10 from that point. Costly turnovers for each team at this juncture of the game. 9 minutes, 39 seconds left to go, opening quarter, and no score, just like that. Aaron Franklin, the handoff to Xavier Aravisu. Aravisu gets stuffed back for a loss inside Klamath Union territory. Joe Northcutt on the stop for the Hornets. And also on the stop was Lacey Mays. Mays, we haven't mentioned his name too much this season. Lacey Mays is a 6', 190-pound senior. Mays in on the stop along with Joe Northcutt. A great job by both defenders. 2nd down and a long 10. The ball on the Henley 45-yard line. Down markers is 2nd and 12, according to the scoreboard operator. However, this one's a run. Darius Holmes, the ball carrier. And not sure who brought him down except for a couple of Henley defenders. But it's a 1st down for the Klamath Union Pelicans. The ball will be in Henley territory on the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Pelicans. 8 minutes, 49 seconds left to go in the opening quarter. Still no score. Homecoming here at Henley High School. As Franklin goes under center, gets the snap, hands it off once again to Darius Holmes. Holmes gets stuffed just before he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Joe Northcutt on the tackle for the Hornets. Clock running, 8:35 left to go in the opening quarter. We're also being seen on BasonLife.com through Facebook Live tonight, along with 1450 and 102.5 KFLS and KlamathRadio.com. Basin Life magazine, of course, the fine publication that Brian Casey puts out. Check it out as soon as you can here. Even some sports scores by some guy named Coco Crawford. You have to look at those. Screen pass to Juan Pena. Pena gets brought down by Bo Stork close to the Henley sideline at about the 28-yard line. It'll be 3rd and about 5 yards to go for the Pelicans. Ball just shy of the 30-yard line at about the 31. Lines are marked off every 5 yards here at Hill O'Brien Field on the natural grass turf here. Only one turf field in all of Special District 5. That's at Modoc Field over Klamath Union High School, in case you were curious. From the shotgun this time, it's Franklin back to pass. He gets it complete to Darius Holmes. Holmes inside the 15-yard line before being brought down by Cameron O'Connor.
Did you fix it, Bo? Did you find it?
And also, I'll just say Cameron O'Connor because he looked like he was the only one that we saw that made the tackle. Dylan Shranowski also on the stop. He wears jersey number 33 in case you're watching this on BasonLife.com from Wynn Broadcasting. 1st and 10, Klamath Union. The ball is on the Henley 15-yard line from what it looks like. Franklin under center, hands the ball off to Aravisu, and Aravisu gets dropped for a loss for maybe a couple of yards. Brought down by Joe Northcutt and a couple of other Henley defenders. Clock running, 7:05 left to go in quarter number 1. No score between the Henley Hornets hosting the Klamath Union Pelicans, Henley Homecoming 2019. I'm Bill Crawford. We're glad to have you with us tonight on BasonLife.com, Facebook Live, also KFLS, and KlamathRadio.com. 2nd and 10 for the Pelicans. Ball's on the Henley 15-yard line. Klamath Union working from the shotgun and a bunch of false starts all over the place. Let's see who the penalty is going to be charged against. It'll be against the Klamath Union Pelicans. KU will be backed up 5 yards back to the Henley 20-yard line. A bunch of players jumped the gun on that one, but mostly it was Klamath Union players apparently. So KU moves the ball, gets the ball moved back 5 yards, so it's 2nd and 15 for KU. Ball on the Henley 20-yard line. And Klamath Union working from the shotgun right now. It's Franklin back to pass. Finds the receiver. And it's Zach Hill, the receiver. Flag on the field.
Pass complete.
Bo Stark on the stop for the Henley Hornets. We'll see what the flag is all about here. 6 minutes, 29 seconds left to go in quarter number 1. No score. And Klamath Union threatening with the first score of the game here. Let's see what John Lynch, the head referee tonight, has to say as soon as he gets done conferring with the rest of the officials. I've actually seen Darren Rutledge officiate before. He's also a fine Klamath Falls area baseball umpire. And I've seen him a number of times when he would be the umpire for the Klamath Falls Falcons games from time to time. So the ball gets moved back to the 25-yard line, and it's a flag against Klamath Union, so it'll be 2nd and 20 for KU from the Henley 25-yard line. They have to get to the 5 for the first down. Franklin back to pass. Can't quite get to the receiver. Juan Pena, the intended receiver. Pena couldn't quite come up with it. It was a little bit short. Pena off to the right flat on that one. Third down and about 25 yards to go for the Klamath Union Pelicans. 3rd and 20. They have to go to the 5-yard line for the first down. 6 minutes, 25 seconds left to go in the opening quarter. Didn't catch the current temperature at kickoff, but I know it's not anywhere near the 85-degree day we enjoyed last time we got together at Hill O'Brien Field. It was a Saturday afternoon when Henley defeated North Marion. Franklin's pass is almost intercepted. Dylan Shranowski almost with the pick. Wasn't sure who the intended receiver was. I think it may have been Juan Pena. So that brings up 4th down, and it looks like the field goal unit will be in. So Klamath Union attempting the field goal, and attempting the field goal will be whoever number 76 is. We don't have a 76 on our program. So before the attempted the 3-point field goal attempt, it's a flag against the Henley Hornets.
Henley against the Hornets.
We'll find out who number 76 is for Klamath Union in just a couple of seconds, because he's not on our roster. But whoever number 76 is, it's 4th and 15. The ball will be spotted on about the 28-yard line, so it's a 38-yard field goal attempt. Number 76 puts it right through. No, he doesn't. It's off to the left. So we'll find out who number 76 is in a couple of seconds here, or as soon as we possibly can. But he misses a 38-yard field goal off to the left, as we're attempting to find out who's wearing the number 76 jersey for the Klamath Union Pelicans. We have a 75 and a 77, but not a 76. We'll have to ask one of the other people from Klamath Union who's doing what here. So it's 1st and 10 Henley. The ball is on their own 20-yard line to start off this next set of downs, as Tim Orr working from the shotgun. He has 2 wide receivers off to the right, 2 to the left, and the snap. He gets it, fakes a handoff over to O'Connor, but gets the pass off, and the receiver was Gavin Graham. Graham's a junior, 5'10", 150-pounder. Couple of defenders on the stop for the Klamath Union Pelicans. 5:48 left to go in the first quarter. Henley with a 1st and 10 still from the Hornets' 30-yard line. 1st and 10 Henley. Actually, should be 2nd and 10 because it was an incompleted pass. It's 1st and 10. Okay. Okay, that's right. Okay, you're right. It was a completed pass. Brain's playing tricks on me at my old age. Cameron O'Connor, the ball carrier, down to the 31-yard line. Brought down by Aravisu. Xavier Aravisu is also a linebacker when he's not catching balls. So it's a gain of about 1 for Cameron O'Connor. 2nd down, we'll call it a long 9. The ball on the Hornets' 31-yard line. 4:58, clock running, left to go, quarter number one. Hornets working from the shotgun. Orr gets the snap, finds the receiver, possibly. He does not find the intended receiver. It was Braden Lowry, the intended receiver. Fine coverage there by a couple of Klamath Union defenders. Jameis Dutra on the coverage for Klamath Union. He is a sophomore, 5'10", 160-pounder. Tom Smith, the head coach for the Klamath Union Pelicans. His assistants, Jay Otero, Dave Coker, Darth Donahue, George Murhoff, Rennie Perez, and Von Vallejos. Of course, the Hornets head coach is Alex Stork. We'll give you the rundown on the assistants here very soon. Hornets with a 3rd and 9 coming up here as Tim Orr all by himself couldn't find a receiver, basically just dumps the ball close to a receiver. Looked like Braden Lowry could have been there. We'll call it the intended receiver, Braden Lowry. So it's 4th and 9 as head coach Alex Stork moves over to the other side of the press box. Coach Stork usually does his coaching from up here in the press box or from wherever press box he ends up at if we're the away team, if Henley's the away team. Back to punt for the Hornets is Gavin Graham. And back to receive for Klamath Union will be Zach Hill. Hill takes it on about the 30-yard line, but gets dropped immediately. Fumbles the ball. The Henley Hornets look like they recover, and they do. John Takena on the fumble recovery, just short of the 30-yard line at about the 31 for the Henley Hornets. Hornets in great field position after the fumble recovery by Zach Hill of Klamath Union. A couple of huge Klamath Union lost fumbles to get things going here in quarter number one here at Hill O'Brien Field. 1st and 10 Henley. The ball in Klamath Union territory. It's being spotted on the 34-yard line. And Orr back to pass. Can't find the receiver. It was overthrown. Sam Dixon was the intended receiver. And on the coverage for Klamath Union was Ivan Alvarez. Alvarez is a 5'9", 140-pound defensive back. He's also a junior. Head coach of the Hornets, of course, is Alex Stork. His assistants, Kyle Petrick, Rob Krebin, Todd Pache, Pete Whistler, Jason Roach, Rick Gianpietri, Chad Elbert, Matt Green, Eric Montgomery, and Colton Alanis. And the handoff this time goes to Cameron O'Connor. O'Connor down to about the 32-yard line, brought down by Connor Cherpesky. He is a 6'1", 200-pound senior. Cherpesky, in case you're watching on Facebook Live, wears jersey number 58. Clock running, 4 minutes, 5 seconds left to go in the first quarter. No score, Henley threatening, but it's 3rd and 9. After a fake to... After a fake to John Takena, it's a touchdown pass to Kevin Kelly. Or was it Joe Northcutt? 32-yard touchdown pass. 3 minutes, 51 seconds left to go in the first quarter. So in to attempt the extra point is Michael Rasmussen out of the hold of Tim Orr. Snap, kick, and it's good. 3 minutes, 51 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Henley Hornets strike first. It's Henley 7, Klamath Union nothing. We're back in 60 seconds. You're listening to Henley Hornets football on KFLS and KlamathRadio.com. So who caught the touchdown pass? Northcutt, that's what I thought. Thank you.
Again, a reminder, at the end of the quarter, we are going to have the Miracle Minute.
Give the score.
Elizabeth, it's 7-0 Henley. 3:51 left to go in the first quarter. I hope you could hear me. Thank you, Chuck.
Yeah, 60 is kicking. 10 is back.
Michael Rasmussen kicking off for the Hornets. Cornell is deep.
Rebecca Hill O'Brien Field, 7-0 Henley with 3:51 left to go in the first quarter. A short kick by Micah Rasmussen, flag thrown as the ball goes out of bounds at about the 39-yard line of Klamath Union. Elizabeth, thanks for listening and watching tonight. The score is 7-0 Henley over Klamath Union with 3:51 left to go in the first quarter. Elizabeth, thanks for watching tonight on BasonLife.com. It's nice to have you with us. I am Bill Crawford, Brian Casey with us as well from Basin Life Magazine, BasonLife.com. We are doing live Facebook Live telecasting of this ball game tonight as well. Klamath Union, first down, 10 yards to go, ball on the Pelican 45-yard line for this next set of downs. It is Aaron Franklin working from right behind center, and the ball carrier is Darius Holmes. He gets waylaid. And on the tackle is Connor Tillman. Tillman is a 5'9", 180-pound junior. No gain on the play. Ball remains at the 45-yard line of KU. 7-0 Henley. 3 minutes, 25 seconds left to go in the first quarter. KU working from the shotgun right now. One lone back and a couple of wide receivers split left and right. Franklin with the pass. The reception was from Juan Pena. Pena brought down by Dylan Shranowski along with Gavin Graham. And it looked like also Cade Northcutt was in on the stop. But the Pelicans are close to a first down, make it 3rd and 2. The ball is inside Henley territory at the 47-yard line. 2 minutes, 51 seconds left to go in the first quarter. 7-0 in favor of Henley, in case you're just tuning in. And, of course, also you're watching this game on Facebook Live through Basin Life Magazine, BasonLife.com. We're glad to have you with us tonight here at Hill O'Brien Field. Handoff this time goes to Darius Holmes. Holmes gets stopped by a lot of folks on the Henley defensive side of things, including John Northcutt. He almost literally throws Darius Holmes down to the turf at about the 45-yard line of the Hornets. That's where the ball is going to be spotted. It is 1st and 10 for KU. Nice gain by Darius Holmes. Timeout being charged to Klamath Union. We'll take one as well. 2 minutes, 26 seconds left to go in the first quarter. It's Henley 7, Klamath Union nothing. 60-second break here on KFLS and KlamathRadio.com.
Make sure you get your tri-tip sandwich.
Having fun yet, Brian?
So you're watching the game on Facebook Live from Basin Life Magazine from Wynn Broadcasting, and we're listening to Bill Crawford call the play-by-play on 106.5 FM KFLS or 1240 AM KFLS. You can catch the ball game, listen to Bill's play-by-play, and watch the great game going on here now. 1450 KFLS and 102.5 FM KFLS. I was thinking of the winner where we're broadcasting, of course, the winner, Randy Adams, in Phoenix tonight with Mazama. We're at Henley, and Henley is leading the Hornets 7-0 here in the first quarter. 2:26 left on the clock. First quarter, Henley 7-0 over KU.
Yeah.
Handoff to Xavier Orovisu as we get play back underway here at Hill O'Brien Field on Homecoming 2019. Orovisu's run down to about the 42-yard line is where the ball's going to be spotted. It's a gain of 4, making it 2nd and 6 for the Klamath Union Pelicans. Ball is inside Henley territory on about the 42-yard line. Happy to have you with us tonight here at Hill O'Brien Field at Henley High School, Homecoming 2019. Henley seems to be the popular opponent for homecoming games this year. The second of 5 in a row, including Henley's. Handoff, and The ball carrier brought down for a loss by a whole bunch of players, including James Haskamp.
Brought down by Bill Northcutt.
73.
Not sure who the ball carrier was for Klamath Union. He got buried before I got a chance to find out who the number was.
73 and 56.
I got that. But who was the ball carrier for Klamath Union? Number 8, okay. Xavier Oravisu. See, too many Henley guys on the stop before I could see who had the ball. But I do appreciate that. 1:11 left to go on the first quarter. Timeout on the field. We're not sure who called the timeout, but we will take the timeout as well. 1:11 left to go in the first quarter. It's Henley 7, Klamath Union nothing. We're back in 60 seconds. You're listening to Henley Hornets football on KFLS and KlamathRadio.com.
Again, for the miracle minute
Who just called the timeout?
at the end of the first quarter.
I didn't see it. Came off this side, so it had to come off Henley's side. If it came from that
So we got a timeout with 1:11 on the clock in the first quarter. Henley leading 7-0. It's Hornets over the Pelicans in the first quarter of action. Timeout. I'm not sure who called the timeout. Find out who was, so we can keep track of that for you this evening. Thanks so much for watching the Henley Hornets and the KU Pelicans here at Henley. And it's 7-0. The score here in the first quarter is the Hornets retake the field. I'm Brian Casey from Wynn Broadcasting, Basin Life Magazine. Check us out at basinlife.com. And you can enter to win Oregon Ducks tickets on the Klamath Falls City page. Oregon Ducks tickets and lodging for the Ducks-Colorado game at Autzen Stadium, Eugene on October 11th. Check it out.
Brian Casey promoting the next of his giveaways on basinlife.com. We're a little bit late getting back on, but that's okay. And the next play was, well, it was blown dead. And
Flag on the play.
there's a flag on the field before Klamath Union was able to start the play as we were back to live action here at Hill O'Brien Field. The penalty is against the Pelicans. So that'll move the ball back to the Henley 46-yard line, where the Pelicans will have it 3rd down and 11 yards to go with 1 minute, 9 seconds left to go, only a couple of seconds shaved off the clock. Great crowd tonight, as to be expected, here at Hill O'Brien Field on Homecoming 2019. Klamath Union working from the shotgun as Darius Holmes was the man in motion. Holmes ends up getting the screen pass, and Holmes is brought down to about the 45-yard line by Cade Northcutt. Northcutt, fine tackle there on the defensive side for the Henley Hornets. Less than a minute to go, 50 seconds. Clock running, time remaining in the first quarter. It is 4th and 10 for Klamath Union, and Klamath Union will be back in punt formation. Getting set to kick the ball away will be Darius Holmes, and back to receive for the Hornets will be Benny Scott and Bo Stork.
Formation for the
Bo
Pelicans.
Stork and Scott are situated at about the 10-yard line. High, end over and punt, and Scott picks it up, fumbles it, but ends up getting a hold of it, but his knees touched the turf as soon as he recovered his own fumble. So Benny Scott only is able to move the ball maybe 5 yards or so before having to pick up his own fumble. 21 seconds exactly left to go in the first quarter. Henley Hornets with the ball, 1st down, 10 yards to go. Next series of downs for the Hornets on about the 18-yard line of Henley. And he gives the handoff this time to John Takini. Takini runs off to the right side, out of bounds along the Henley sideline, and knocked out of bounds by Juan Pena
Brought down by Coulter.
with 14.9 seconds left to go in the first quarter.
Killed in on the stop.
Nice run by John Takini of the Henley Hornets. Gets the ball down to about the 21-yard line. So it's a gain of 4, 2nd and 6 for the Henley Hornets. Henley out of the shotgun, 2 receivers off to the left and 1 to the right. Lone member of the backfield, and it's a short pass, this time to Gavin Graham. Graham gets knocked out of bounds by Zeke Pena. Zeke Pena is 5'9", 175 pounds. He's a junior with 4.5 seconds left to go in quarter number 1 here at Henley High School, Hill O'Brien Field, homecoming 2019. From what I found out, too, this is the second of 5 straight games that Henley will be involved in a homecoming football game, including this one. It was Wairika's homecoming last week. Next week, it's going to be McLaughlin Griswold's homecoming as the Hornets get to travel 8 hours one way to McLaughlin High School in Milton Freewater. But more about that later. It's the end of the first quarter here at Hill O'Brien Field, homecoming 2019. Henley leads 7-0 as we head to the second quarter in 60 seconds. You're listening to Henley Hornets football on KFLS and KlamathRadio.com.
Buckets around and help us help others. Keep the buckets moving and be ready when the bucket comes near you to contribute. Mr. McCadden will put up 1 minute on the clock and we will start in just a couple of seconds. Ready, pass those buckets. Anytime you want, man.
Thank you, Chuck.
Take it a minute. 10.
Well, it's going to take me a few minutes to get it set.
Well, hopefully the officials will let us get this done.
Second quarter getting set to start here at Hill O'Brien Field on homecoming 2019. Henley Hornets striking first with a 32-yard touchdown pass from Tim Orr to Joe Northcutt to start the scoring for this ball game for the Henley Hornets. Micah Rasmussen's kick good, and that's the only score of this ball game so far. 7-0 in favor of the Henley Hornets. Hornets 3-0 at this point in the season. Klamath Union now at 0-3. Next stop for the Klamath Union Pelicans, they will host Phoenix next Friday night, 7 o'clock kickoff. Meanwhile, the Henley Hornets travel about 8 hours up Highway 97 and Interstate 84 and Highway 11 to Milton Freewater, to McLaughlin Griswold, a special 5:30 kickoff. And Cameron O'Connor with a nice run to start off the second quarter down to about the 43-44 yard line before the Klamath Union defenders, including Juan Pena on the stop. But just like that, it's a first down. Fine run there by Cameron O'Connor. Nice to see O'Connor back after having to sit out a couple of weeks ago due to a concussion he suffered the opening game of the season at Seaside. If we don't have any stats to give you as soon as this ball game ends, we'll definitely give you the final stats during the pregame of next week's ball game. And flag is out on the field, a couple of them actually. It looked like a false start took place by the Henley Hornets, but we'll have to see what was going on. The whistle blown, the play dead, so the Hornets will be backing up 5 yards as a couple of Hornet offensive players jump the gun just a little bit. 10 seconds into the second quarter here at Hill O'Brien Field as the Henley Hornets now have it 1st and 15 from their own 35-yard line. 2 receivers off to the left and 1 wide receiver off to the right. Fakes the handoff into the backfield, and the pass going incomplete. The intended receiver, Gavin Graham. And a nice cover there by Juan Pena of Klamath Union. 11:46 left to go in the first half. 7-0 Henley over KU. Here on a interesting evening. It always is when homecoming comes up here. I'm going to check the current temperature really quick. It is a nice, cool 54 degrees right now. Overnight low temperature tonight here in the Klamath Basin is supposed to get down to 34. Brr. Then it's supposed to get really cold tomorrow. This is going to be an interesting pass, interesting play, a flea flicker, if you will. Cade Northcutt threw a pass after receiving the ball from Tim Orr, but Cade Northcutt's pass goes incomplete. He wasn't able to really throw the ball very far as a Klamath Union defender got to him before Cade Northcutt was able to get the pass off. But the flag is going to be called against the Henley Hornets, from what it looks like, from referee John Lynch. 11 minutes, 38 seconds left to go in the second quarter. It's 7-0 in favor of Henley over the Klamath Union Pelicans. Pelicans 0-3 so far this season, having lost to Eagle Point, Cascade Christian, and Marshfield. And, of course, the Hornets winning at Seaside, winning against North Marion here at Hill O'Brien Field, winning last week at Wairika. Fourth game of the season, there's a holding penalty against the Henley Hornets as Darren Rutledge, the back judge, picks up the flag, puts it in his pocket, and proceeds to move the ball back to the 30-yard line of the Hornets. So that'll be a third down and a ways to go. Make it about 20 or so. Ball has to cross the midfield stripe before the Hornets are able to get another first down. So it's 3rd and 20 for Henley at their own 30-yard line. 11:38 left to go in the first half from Hill O'Brien Field. Great crowd tonight. The crowd here looking forward to the homecoming festivities. Nice crowd of Klamath Union fans across the way as well. So Henley from the shotgun, 2 wide receivers off to the left, 1 off to the right, or back to pass. Can't find a receiver. Braden Waller is in the vicinity. It was a bit underthrown. Juan Pena on the coverage for the Pelicans. So it's going to be 4th down and 20. So the punting unit comes back onto the field for the Henley Hornets as Gavin Graham gets set to do the punting honors. Back to receive is Zach Hill. Hill had a fumble of the punt return earlier, which gave Henley excellent field position. Hill's back on his own 30-yard line, kind of a squib kick, and the ball's going to be down by one of the Henley defenders at about the 39-yard line. So no run back. First down, 10 yards to go for the KU Pelicans. Klamath Union with the ball. It'll be spotted on about the 40-yard line. We'll see exactly where the ball is being spotted here in just a couple of seconds. So Henley will be on defense. The ball spotted the nose of the football on the Klamath Union 40-yard line, where it's 1st and 10 KU with 11:22 left to go in the first half. Pelicans and the handoff. It goes to Juan Pena. Pena gets stacked up at the line of scrimmage, and he gets knocked backwards by several Henley defenders, including Lacey Mays and Joe Northcutt. Northcutt either making solo tackles or being in on several already tonight. Great job tonight by Joe Northcutt on the defensive side for the Henley Hornets. Clock running, 10:55 left to go in the first half. 7-0 Henley. I'm Bill Crawford along with Brian Casey from Basin Life Magazine. Facebook Live broadcast tonight on Facebook Live and basinlife.com. Pass complete to Garrett Sharp. Sharp is brought down by Cade Northcutt of the Henley Hornets.
Brought down by number 4, Cade Northcutt.
Clock running, 10:25 left to go in the first half. 7-0 in favor of the Henley Hornets here at Hill O'Brien Field. It's not very often you have a high school football team involved with 5 different homecomings in a row, including their own. But this will be the second of 5 from what I counted. Pass from Aaron Franklin is incomplete, intended for Zach Hill. Gavin Graham on the coverage along with Bo Stark. Ten minutes exactly left to go in the first half here at Hill O'Brien Field. Happy to have you with us on Facebook Live through Basin Life Magazine here on KFLS 1450 AM, 102.5 FM, and of course always at KlamathRadio.com. And the punt by Darius Holmes. Fair catch being called for by Bo Stork. Stork with the fair catch at about the 27, 28-yard line. And Henley will get the ball 1st and 10 from that spot.
We got a roughing the kicker.
But there's a penalty on the field. It'll be roughing the kicker, as the penalty flag was dropped at the 31-yard line. So it looks like there's going to be a roughing the kicker penalty possibly charged against the Henley Hornets. And that's exactly what it is. Roughing the kicker penalty against Henley.
Northcutt rolled into him.
Which Northcutt?
Joe.
There's 2 of them in the ball game. That's why I was asking. Joe Northcutt apparently had run into the kicker Darius Holmes, and therefore the Hornets having to go back 15 yards, and the Klamath Union Pelicans will keep the football. They have it 1st and 10 inside Henley territory at the 49-yard line. 9:53 left to go in the first half. We'll bring a halftime show here as soon as possible. Might be a little bit longer than usual because of the fact that it is homecoming here at Hill O'Brien Field. As Aaron Franklin back behind center. And Franklin decides he wants to keep it. Nice run, though, down to about the 36-yard line. He is brought down by Cameron O'Connor and Joe Northcutt. So it'll be 2nd down and 3 yards to go. Nice 7-yard run on the keeper by Aaron Franklin. 9 minutes, 29 seconds left to go in the first half. It's Henley 7, Klamath Union nothing. I'm Bill Crawford. Thanks for joining us tonight, along with Brian Casey, on Facebook Live, Basin Life Magazine. Tonight, Basin Life Magazine Facebook page. Under center is Franklin. And as soon as he hands the ball off to the intended person, he gets knocked down back to about the 44-yard line. It looked like it was Xavier Uravisu, the ball carrier. He lost a bunch of yards back to about the 43-yard line. Dylan Shronowski on the stop. Nice tackle for a loss there by Shronowski. Dylan Shronowski, 5'11", 180-pound junior. Very talented defensive player for the Henley Hornets. 8:31 left to go. 3rd down, 5 yards. Actually make it about 3rd and 4. Working from the shotgun is Franklin. Franklin with a pass off to the left side to Darius Holmes. Holmes couldn't find any running room and gets knocked down once again by Shronowski. And also on the stop was Nathan Elwood. Clock running, about 8 minutes left to go in the first half. As Klamath Union working on a 4th down and 4 yards to go from the Henley 40, make it the 38-yard line. Get a little crowded up here in the Henley press box this evening. Got these long orange extension cord right in front of my nose here. Under center is Aaron Franklin. Franklin gets the ball, and before the play was able to go, there looks like there could have been a timeout on the field, and it is a timeout. Henley Hornets call the timeout, so we'll take one as well. 7 minutes, 35 seconds left to go in the first half. It's still Henley 7, Klamath Union nothing. You're listening to Henley Hornets football on KFLS and KlamathRadio.com.
And you're watching tonight's game on Facebook Live from Basin Life Magazine, Wind Broadcasting, listening to Bill Crawford's play-by-play on KFLS, 1450 AM and 102.5 FM on the dial. If you want to catch his play-by-play, and you can just catch it right there, nice and loud.
Reminder, don't forget,
KFLS.
tri-tip sandwiches.
And then watch the
Cafe
game
is selling
right
them
here
for
on
$7.
Facebook.
Also,
Basin
they're
Life
selling
Magazine.
cookies.
Be sure to stop by BasinLife.com and check out everything that we've got going on. Oregon Ducks tickets. There's a pair of movie tickets.
Well, apparently, I don't think our in-studio producer, Chuck Rhodes, heard the fact that we called a timeout. So the action was kept here.
Gotcha.
7:35 left to go in the first half. Sorry about that, Chuck. We'll make it up here during the halftime show. 7-0 with 7:35 left to go. And it's Darius Holmes, the ball carrier.
I don't know who tripped him up. Far side. It's hard to say.
And it looked like maybe it was Taylor Villa on the stop. It was Villa. Taylor Villa, who sang the national anthem earlier this evening, along with Mackenzie Peterson. Great rendition of the Star Spangled Banner during the pregame festivities here. 1st and 10, though, for the Klamath Union Pelicans. The ball inside Henley territory at about the 32-yard line. Darius Holmes with the ball, and he gets knocked for a loss, also loses his helmet on the play. Brought down by Nathan Elwood. Nathan Elwood bringing Holmes down for a loss back to, let's see, where'd they spot the ball? The ball's on the 30-yard line of Henley. The nose of the football is on the 30. I believe that Holmes has to sit out of play because he did lose his helmet after he was tackled. 6:34 left to go in the opening half. It's Henley leading Klamath Union 7-0. Homecoming 2019 here at Hill O'Brien Field. Under center is Aaron Franklin. He goes back to pass off to the left side. Finds the receiver in Xavier Arvisu. Arvisu off to the left side. Brought down by a couple of Henley defenders, including Gavin Graham. Graham on the tackle, Gavin Graham. Also doing the punting honors, of course, for the Henley Hornets. Gavin Graham is a junior, 5'10", 150-pound defensive back and wide receiver, also the punter. 5:53, clock running left to go in the first half. It's 7-0 in favor of the home-standing Henley Hornets. Homecoming 2019 also on Facebook Live through the Basin Life Magazine Facebook page. Out of the shotgun, Franklin, the pass intercepted by John Takini at about the 35-yard line. The press box is saying it's Chris Berman imitation, and John Takini runs that interception back 65 yards. A 65-yard interception return by John Takini puts Henley up by 13-0 with 5:26 left to go in the first half. A 65-yard interception return by John Takini. Nice gone, John. John Takini found a seam off to the left side and found pay dirt eventually. So Michael Rasmussen will be in to possibly attempt the extra point. Maybe, we'll see. Yes, Rasmussen will be coming in to attempt the extra point out of the hold of Tim Orr. What a nice run off to the left side by John Takini. He'll remember this on homecoming for possibly the rest of his life. So Orr we holding. Rasmussen with the extra point attempt right through the middle. And with 5 minutes, 29 seconds left to go in the first half, it's now Henley 14, Klamath Union nothing. We're back in 60 seconds. You're listening to Henley Football here on KFLS and KlamathRadio.com. 60-second break, Chuck.
I just see on the pass. I follow the ball. There's Takini over here all by himself. Yep. Like somebody broke the.
Well, he stepped in front. Yeah,
But was there a guy close behind him?
yeah.
Okay, I didn't see it.
Don D'Amico, the public address announcer, does his Chris Berman imitation.
What's that?
Was that you that did the Chris Berman? Oh, you did the Chris Berman imitation. Okay.
Yeah, don't tell Lewis to butter.
Here, I can't see, Brian. Thank you.
One more touchdown.
What a night for football tonight under a 54-degree temperature here at Hill O'Brien Field. John Mark Takini got the crowd going with a 65-yard interception return of a pass from Aaron Franklin of Klamath Union. Makes the score 14-0 in favor of the Henley Hornets. Woo!
Along with
And Micah Rasmussen with a high end-over-end kick, and that's being picked up and fumbled out of bounds. It looked like it was Xavier Oravisu. He tried to catch the ball but couldn't get to it. He fumbled the ball, but the ball ended up going out of bounds on the Klamath Union side. So KU with the football, first down, 10 yards to go on their own. Let's call it the 25-yard line from what it looks like from here. It is. Nose of the football on the Klamath Union 25-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go. 5:25 left to go in the first half from Hill O'Brien Field in Klamath Falls. 14-0 Henley. Directly under center is Aaron Franklin, the quarterback of the Klamath Union Pelicans. Franklin fakes a handoff, pitches off to the left side, and it's going to be Darius Holmes with flags all over the place. Holmes cuts over to the left side and is finally dragged down by a couple of Henley defenders, including Joe Northcutt and Cameron O'Connor, but there is a flag on the field, and it's a block in the back against the Klamath Union Pelicans. The penalty was on Klamath Union for a block in the back that looked like it was Juan Pena, the guilty person for KU. So the Pelicans will get the ball moved back 15 yards. They're going to have to go all the way to Merrill to get this coming first down. It is going to be still first down, as Henley, of course, accepts the penalty. So the down marker will eventually be moved.
penalty against the Pelicans.
It'll be holding against the Pelicans.
Holding.
Flip it.
And so
What is it, about 20?
So it's Klamath Union with the ball at their own 12-yard line, first down, and about 20 from what it looks like from here. 5 minutes left to go in the first half. Franklin working out of the shotgun. Pass off the left side. Another interception.
Franklin's pass intercepted.
The Henley person who intercepted the ball, let's see who that was. It was Gavin Graham. Gavin Graham on the interception. Two costly interceptions just recently put up by Klamath Union's Aaron Franklin. Klamath Union getting hit with a turnover bug tonight here at Hill O'Brien Field. So the Hornets get the ball back, and they're in great field position. First and 10 from the Klamath Union 30-yard line. Working from the shotgun is Tim Orr. Has a lone person in the backfield. That lone person has the ball. Cameron O'Connor off to the left side. Can't quite find the hole. Gets brought down by James Dutra along with Ivan Alvarez. James Dutra and Ivan Alvarez on the stop for KU.
Got 9 yards.
Gain of 9 on the play for Cameron O'Connor. Make it second down and a yard to go for the Henley Hornets. The ball is on the Klamath Union 21-yard line. Second down and a yard to go. Or working from the shotgun. A pitch off to Cameron O'Connor. O'Connor can't get a hold of it, so he has to fall on it, and so he does. And landing on top of him is Zeke Pena. Cameron O'Connor doing the smart thing and just falling on the ball, not trying to do anything fancy. Although every once in a while he's capable of doing some pretty fancy things. 4 minutes, 21 seconds left to go in the first half. Stay with us for the halftime show coming up. We will let you know how the other Henley Fall Sports teams did, let you know the schedule for the rest of the evening as far as high school football around the region and around the state goes, and we won't have any finals, of course, yet because everybody started, for the most part, at 7 o'clock tonight. Tim Orr working from the shotgun. Orr's back to pass. Overthrows Cameron O'Connor at about the 10-yard line. O'Connor would have had pay dirt had he been able to get that reception. There was no one anywhere near him for Klamath Union. Clock stop, 3 minutes, 53 seconds left to go in the first half, 14-0 Henley. Fourth down, 9 yards to go. And it looks like Henley will go for it here. 4th and 9. Hornets working from the shotgun. O'Connor, the lone person in the backfield. Sam Dixon wide left and Braden Lowry's wide right. Or passes. Can't find the receiver. Braden Lowry was there. Underthrows him a little bit. And it was tipped by Jameis Dutra. Dutra is a sophomore for the Klamath Union Pelicans. 5'10", 160 pounds. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Klamath Union Pelicans as Henley can't convert on 4th down. Klamath Union getting the ball off of the Henley series of downs since they couldn't convert the 4th down. 3:48 left to go in the first half. 14-0 in favor of the Henley Hornets. They're ahead of the Klamath Union Pelicans. Here on KFLS 1450 AM, 102.5 FM, KlamathRadio.com. Basin Life Magazine's Facebook page on Facebook Live covering the game as well. The ball carrier this time around for the Pelicans is Xavier Aravisu. Aravisu down to about the 36-yard line. John Takini on the stop. 3.5 minutes left to go in the first half here at Hill O'Brien Field. Henley with a 2-touchdown lead over KU. Homecoming 2019. Great crowd tonight here at Hill O'Brien Field. We're glad to have you with us. Next week, Henley Hornets are at McLaughlin Griswold. 5:30 kickoff will bring you the pregame at 5:20. Garrett Short on the reception for the Klamath Union Pelicans. He is brought down by Nathan Elwood. We've mentioned Elwood's name a lot tonight, including John Takini also on the stop for the Henley Hornets. 3 minutes exactly left to go in the first half. Halftime festivities coming up from Hill O'Brien Field. Might be longer than anticipated because of homecoming here at Hill O'Brien Field. It's 1st and 10 for Klamath Union. The handoff, actually it's on the keeper by Aaron Franklin. He bails his way into Henley territory at the 48-yard line. On the tackle will be Braden Lowry. And it looks like Franklin is, he got up. He just had to tie his shoe, that's all. It took a while for Franklin to get up after being hit. It was a nice run, though, by Aaron Franklin, but all Franklin had to do was tie his right shoe. I'm glad that was all that was happening here. 2 minutes, 33 seconds left to go in the first half. It's 2nd and we'll call it 2 from the Henley 49-yard line. Nose of the football and where a hash mark would be on the 48-yard line if there was a yard marker there on the field. They only do markers every 5 yards here. And the handoff, this time it's going to Xavier Aravisu. Aravisu gets brought down at the Henley 40-yard line by Dylan Shranowski and also Sawyer Harrington. So it's another first down for the Klamath Union Pelicans. Ball will be spotted on the Henley 40-yard line. 2 minutes, 14 seconds, time remaining here in the first half. As the two flag bearers from Henley High School run across the track, flying that big H around, getting the crowd into the ball game, and it looks like the crowd's getting ready for the homecoming festivities as well. A lot of cars making their way onto the all-weather track here. And it's going to be Aaron Franklin on the keeper down to the 38-yard line. He's brought down by Nathan Elwood. Elwood in a lot of tackles tonight for the Henley Hornets. Great job by Nathan Elwood. Elwood, just a sophomore, 5'8", and an even 200 pounds. Minute 33 left to go in the first half here at Hill O'Brien Field at Henley High School. 1:25. Time is of the essence if Klamath Union wants to get onto the scoreboard first, at least for them. Pelicans working from the pistol. And it's Franklin to Darius Holmes. Holmes finds a seam off to the left side, stopped at about the 19-yard line of Henley. And it looked like Gavin Graham was on the tackle there for Henley. But by far the best gain of the night for the Klamath Union Pelicans, as it's 1st and 10 KU from the Henley 19-yard line. First legitimate scoring threat of the night for the Pelicans. Pelicans 0-3 on the season. Henley, of course, 3-0. Working from the shotgun is Klamath Union, and the pass is complete to Garrett Short. Short brought down by John Takini along with Sawyer Harrington at about the 10-yard line. Timeout. Timeout charge to Klamath Union. We'll keep things here at 43.1 seconds left to go in the first half. And it's all Henley at this point on the scoreboard with 3:51 left to go on the first quarter. It was a 32-yard touchdown pass from Tim Orr to Joe Northcutt to get Henley on the board first. The kick by Micah Rasmussen right through the uprights to make it 7-0 after the first quarter of play. Then, moments ago with 5 minutes, 26 seconds left to go in the second quarter, a 65-yard interception return by John Mark Takini for the Henley Hornets. With Rasmussen's kick good, that's all the scoring so far in this ball game. But Klamath Union threatening here with 43.1 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Be interesting to see what Alex Stork, the head coach of Henley, has to say to his troops. It'll also be interesting to find out what Tom Smith has to say to his Klamath Union Pelicans as halftime will be approaching here in 43.1 seconds. Homecoming here at Hill O'Brien Field as the festivities are getting set to start. Off the right hash, it's 2nd and 4 for the Klamath Union Pelicans. Franklin has back to pass, and Zach Hill was the intended receiver. On the coverage was Gavin Graham. Also on the coverage for the Hornets was Cameron O'Connor. Clock down to 36.8 seconds, and it's 14-0 in favor of Henley. 3rd and 4 for the Klamath Union Pelicans. The ball is spotted on the Henley 11-yard line. They have to go to the 8 for the first and goal. Franklin, quick pass to Jameis Dutra. Dutra brought down on the play by Cade Northcutt. 21 seconds left to go. Clock down to 20, 19, 18. Timeout being called. And it's timeout called by Klamath Union. Once again, we'll keep things here. 18.4 seconds left to go in the first half. We'll have a halftime show here on KFLS and KlamathRadio.com. 2 minutes after I call for the 2-minute break, of course. And then let's see. We will bring you a look at what happened this week as far as other Henley fall sports go, and we'll give you the schedule as to what's going on around the rest of the state, and if we have any scores to pass along. If we do, it'll be mainly the smaller schools. A lot of them start playing early. Gilchrist usually plays their home games at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so I'm pretty sure we'll have a score from them. Gilchrist playing 6-man Class 1A football again this season, up the road from here. And we'll let you know how that game turned out. We'll let you know the rest of the schedule around the region and across the state as well. We'll probably mix things up here a little bit for the halftime show, and the halftime show may be a little bit longer than anticipated. We're back to action with 18.4 seconds left to go in the first half. A 14-0 Henley lead, and now the Hornets call timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. Just 18.4 seconds left to go in the first half. Henley 14, Klamath Union nothing here on KFLS Klamath Falls and KlamathRadio.com.
Hi, thanks so much for watching the game on Facebook Live on Basin Life Magazine. We're tight on space, so we don't have room for a tripod here. So hopefully you're seeing the game okay. 14-0 with just 18.4 seconds left in the first half. The Henley Hornets leading 14-0 over the KU Pelicans. A couple of timeouts called in this one short drive right here. as the Pelicans trying to figure out how they can get on the scoreboard. 0-3 on the season are the Pelicans. The Henley Hornets 3-0.
Thank you, Chuck.
And looking good tonight. Can they hold the Pelicans here?
4th and a yard for first down. But they're going to run out of time. They got to go for the end zone. Eventually they throw a flat pass over.
4th down.
4th and 1, Klamath Union as we're back to action. And on the keeper is going to be Aaron Franklin, but Franklin decides he doesn't want to keep it. He throws the pass rules. It's incomplete, almost intercepted by Tolson Higgins for Henley. So 12.6 seconds left to go, and all Henley's going to have to do is just take a knee, and I'm sure that's what they're going to be doing, and it'll be halftime here at Hill O'Brien Field. Head coach Alex Stork and one of his assistants getting set to meet the team in the locker room, as Coach Stork usually does his coaching from up here in the press box. So Henley, if you will, is that victory formation. All Tim Orr is doing is taking a knee, and there's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it's halftime for homecoming 2019 here at Hill O'Brien Field at Henley High School. Halftime score: the Henley Hornets 14, Klamath Union Pelicans nothing. We'll start our our halftime activities in 2 minutes. You're listening to Henley Hornets football on Basin Life Magazine, basinlife.com, also KFLS, KlamathRadio.com.
All right, hope you're enjoying the game.
I got it.
First half. The Henley Hornets leading 14-0 over the King Pelicans.
I can't see, Brian.
Start, right?
Halftime festivities about to begin. We'll just keep it right here on Facebook Live on Basin Life Magazine so you can catch some of the halftime festivities.
Yep, I see that. Looks good. Yeah, it's starting to go. Welcome to the 2019 Henley High School Homecoming Halftime Show. All week, Henley High School has been celebrating Homecoming Week. Students have participated in dress-up days, watched the freshman boys sweep the Powder Buck volleyball games, and the sophomore-junior team beat the freshman-senior team in a thrilling 14-8 girls Powder Puff football game. But tonight, we are here to cheer on our Hornet football team to victory. But now, let's direct your attention to the track for the homecoming halftime crowning of your 2019 King and Queen. Each class has chosen prince and princesses to make up the homecoming court. Let's hear some noise when your class score is announced. Representing the freshmen, Hannah Hughes and Leo Ahart.
How much time do I have left, Chuck?
Representing the sophomores, Kendra Gordon.
We're back at Hill O'Brien Field. Halftime going on here as the Henley Hornets at halftime lead the Klamath Union Pelicans by a score of 14-0. Here's what happened this week as far as other Henley Fall sports go. As soon as we're able to get the computer up to where we need to have it here. In volleyball on Tuesday, Hidden Valley blanked Henley 3-0. Hidden Valley defeated Henley 25-20, 25-11, and 25-14. Phoenix defeated Mazama 3-1. Their scores 23-25, 25-20, 25-23, and 25-21. North Valley sweeps Klamath Union on Tuesday 3-0. The scores were 25-12, 25-17, and 25-14. Volleyball on Thursday, this match went 5 sets before Mazama came from behind to defeat Henley 3-2. The scores were 21-25, 19-25, 25-23, 25-14, and 15-10. Phoenix at Klamath Union, that score was late, so I didn't get a chance to put that on the agenda. But Hidden Valley blanked North Valley by a 3-0 count. The sets were won by Hidden Valley 25-14, 25-19, and 25-12. Girls soccer on Tuesday, Klamath Union defeated Elmira 5-2. Girls soccer on Tuesday, Mazama edged Henley 3-2. Klamath Union defeated Phoenix 3-2. North Valley blanked Hidden Valley 1-0. And boys soccer on Thursday, Henley over Mazama 2-0. Phoenix blanked Klamath Union 5-0, and North Valley defeated Hidden Valley by a score of 2-0. Let's come back in 2 minutes. We'll give you the all the classifications for the coaches poll is given to us by the Oregon School Activities Association. Let's come back in 2 minutes with that. Halftime here at Hill O'Brien Field. It's the Henley Hornets 14, Klamath Union 0. We're back in 2 minutes. You're listening to Henley Hornets football here on KlamathRadio.com and KFLS.
Queen candidate Jade Horton is escorted by King candidate James Haskell.
What's the score of that Mazama game?
Don't know. All I'm doing is the schedule.
Queen candidate L.
I don't know. Hey, Chuck, do we have a Mazama Phoenix score?
Cameron O'Connor.
$21-0. Mazama ahead of Phoenix. Chuck, is that Mazama leading Phoenix?
Queen candidate
Okay, thank you.
Emma Dara is
Mazama
escorted by
21-0
King
over
candidate
Phoenix. What quarter?
John Tukini.
Or is it halftime?
And now,
We are back at Hill O'Brien Field at Henley High School in Klamath Falls. Halftime festivities going on here. And at the half, it's Henley leading Klamath Union by a score of 14-0. Let's give you it's halftime. Okay, thank you, Chuck. We do have a halftime score to pass along before we continue with our halftime festivities here at Henley High School. It's Mazama leading Phoenix at the half 21-0 in a game that's being aired right now with Randy Adams on the winner, 1240 and 106.5. Henley leading Mazama leading Phoenix at halftime by a score of 21-0. Let's give you the schedule as to how the high schools are doing around the state this week before we give you the coaches poll here. I need to find what I've got going on here, and I happen to find it. In Special District 5 tonight in Class 4A, we did mention Mazama leading Phoenix at halftime by a score of 21-0. Klamath Union here at Henley. Of course, the Hornets lead 14-0 at halftime. Non-league tonight, it's North Valley at Junction City. LeGrand is at Klatskanai. And in other games tonight, 4A Special District 1 games has Tillamook at Banks, Seaside at Astoria, and Molalla at Valley Catholic. 4A Special District 2, it's the Dalles at Crook County, Woodburn at North Marion, Gladstone at Estacada. Special District 3 tonight at Sweet Home at Sisters, Philomath at Newport, and Cascade at Staten. Special District 4, Marshfield is at Cottage Grove tonight, and Elmira is at Marist. And in Class 4A Special District 6, Baker is at Ontario. Let's go over the 6A schedule for games that are relatively close to the area. These are all non-league games. North Medford Black Tornado hosting Mountain View tonight. South Medford is at McMinnville. Bend is at Roseburg. Grants Pass is at Southridge tonight. West Salem is at Sheldon. And the other games going on tonight that we know about. It's Glencoe at David Douglas, Franklin at Hudson's Bay, Washington, up in Vancouver. Central Catholic is at Sherwood. Reynolds is at Mountainside. Oregon City at Liberty. Centennial is at Century. Newburgh is at Canby. Sandy at Gresham. Lincoln at Summit. Barlow at McNary. Sunset at Tualatin. And in special district games tonight, in Special District 1, the Portland schools, it's Roosevelt at Grant over at Franklin High School, and Jefferson of Portland is at Madison. In 6A Special District 2 tonight, Aloha is at Jesuit. Westview is at Beaverton. 6A Special District 5, it's West Lynn at Lake Ridge, and Lake Oswego at Tigard. In 6A Special District 6, South Salem is at Sprague. Let's get you over to 5A here. Special District 1 East in Class 5A, Milwaukee is at Parkrose. Putnam at LaSalle Prep. Special District 1 West, it's Forest Grove at Cleveland, Wilsonville at Hillsboro, and St. Helens at Wilson. In 5A Special District 3, the Battle of Albany tonight, South Albany at West Albany. Also Lebanon at McKay, Central at Crescent Valley, Corvallis at Dallas, and North Salem at Silverton. Non-league action, some big ones tonight. Crater is at North Bend, Ashland is at Redmond, Churchill at Ridgeview, Eagle Point is at Thurston, Willamette is at North Eugene, Springfield at South Eugene, and Scappoose at Pendleton. Moving over to Class 3A, all these are non-league games. Aragon is at Stevenson, Washington tonight. Rainier is at Corbett. Dayton is at Madras. Lost River is at Class 3A Burns tonight. South Umpqua is at Sutherland. St. Mary's of Medford is at Gold Beach. Douglas at Harrisburg. Pleasant Hill at Cascade Christian. Lapine is at Rogue River. Nissa at Payette, Idaho. Santiam Christian at Blanchette Catholic. It's Coquille at Amity. Grant Union at Umatilla. Salem Academy at Hidden Valley tonight. Scio at Regis. Taft at Yamhill Carlton. Monroe at Willamina. And Vale is at Gooding, Idaho. Moving to the Class 2A schedule around the state in Special District 1, Portland Christian is at Vernonia, Napa is at Warrenton, Nestucca is at Neocani in the battle of the smaller Tillamook County schools. In Class 2A Special District 2 tonight, Shamawa is at Colton, Sheridan at Kennedy, and Santiam is at Jervis. Non-league play tonight, Jefferson at Gaston, Cresswell is at Bandon, Oakland at Glide, Illinois Valley at Reedsport, Riverside at Kingsway Christian in Washington, Toledo is at Central Lynn, Weston McEwen at Culver, and Colfax, Washington at Hepner. In Class 1A, Special District 1, North Division, Siletz Valley at Perrydale, Mohawk at St. Paul, Waldport is at Falls City. Special District 1 South, it's Elkton at Mapleton, Yoncalla at Oak Ridge, and North Douglas at Lowell. We do have some finals to report tonight. In Class 1A Special District 2, Western Division, Camas Valley defeated Dace Creek 66-14. Bonanza defeated Prospect Charter 2-0. Bonanza wins on a forfeit tonight. And North Lake is at Chiloquin just up the road. Class 1A Special District 3 West, Enterprise is at Duffer. In Class 1A Special District 3 East, it's Elgin at Powder Valley, Wallowa at Adrian, and in a final, it was Crane over Pine Eagle this afternoon, 60-6. In Class 1A Special District 4 six-man football, Gilchrist in a high-scoring game defeated Mackenzie this afternoon, 54-50. Eddyville is at Jewel tonight, and Alsea is at Crow. Special District 5 six-man football, South Wasco County blanked Mitchell Spray Wheeler 51-0. That game at Wheeler High School in Fossil. It was Echo at Sherman Condon tonight, Huntington Harper Charter at Prairie City Burnt River. Non-league play, DeSales Washington at Pilot Rock, Cambridge, Idaho at Ione, and Cove is at Imbler. Time to bring you back to the halftime show. We'll take a 2-minute break and we'll give you all the ranked teams as far as top 10 in all the classifications as well. An extended halftime show tonight as it's homecoming here at Hill O'Brien Field, and it's the Henley Hornets leading the Klamath Union Pelicans 14-0. Let's take another 2-minute break. You're listening to Henley Hornets football here on KFLS and KlamathRadio.com.
And you're watching the game live on Facebook. Basin Life Magazine live on Facebook. 14-0 Henley at the half over the Klamath Union Pelicans. Henley.
21-0 at halftime, Mazama over Phoenix.
Mazama over Phoenix at the half. What was the score?
21-0.
21
Halftime score,
Mazama.
Mazama 21, Phoenix nothing.
Halftime score there of the game. So we'll just let you enjoy the crowd and setting up. We've got about 5 minutes before the second half will actually start. So we're sitting in a very tight location. I'm actually bent over with a ladder behind me, standing, no chair, and not able to get the exact look at the field that I'd like from one end to the other. So
Not able to get too comfortable tonight, but I got you covered.
no.
Not in a literal sense, though, but I got you covered.
Yeah, you owe me a beer at the end of this night. It's tight quarters up here. But what a beautiful evening here for homecoming here
How much time do I have, Chuck?
at Henley High School as they lead the Pelicans at the half 14-0. It's been a great game. Seesaw back and forth. Those Pelicans just trying to get on the board here.
Because I asked him specifically, and it was like,
Hey, thank you.
with a Z sign. I was thinking of credit card. My coach. It's supposed to be 34 and then back into 27 or something tomorrow night.
Right.
What's the high tomorrow?
53, I think.
I heard 48.
I heard it.
Halftime continuing over at Hill O'Brien Field at Henley High School in Klamath Falls. At the half, it's Henley leading Klamath Union by a score of 14-0. Let's give you the coaches' polls as given to us by the Oregon School Activities Association. These seem to still be pretty accurate as far as how teams are really looking this year so far after the first 3 weeks of play. First, let's go to the Class 4A coaches' poll. Banks is almost a unanimous number 1. They got 11 first-place votes. Mazama got 2 first-place votes. They're in second. LeGrand with 2 other first-place votes. They're ranked third in the state right now in the 4A coaches poll. Gladstone is 4th. Marist Catholic 5th. Then it's Cascade, Estacada, Henley ranked number 8 this week. Then it's Tillamook and Baker rounding out the top 10. North Marion, North Valley, and Crook County each received votes. In the Class 5A coaches poll, as the Henley Hornets return to the field, Thurston Colts, the defending 5A state champions, leading the pack right now. They're ranked number 1, followed by West Albany, Silverton, Crater ranked number 4. Then it's Lebanon number 5, North Bend at 6, Scappoose 7th, followed by Wilsonville, Ashland, and Pendleton. Dallas, the other school, receiving significant votes. In the Class 6A coaches poll, Lake Oswego ranked at the top, followed by Tualatin, Central Catholic, Jesuit, Tigard, West Lynn, Sherwood. Finally, someone other than a Portland school making the top 10. North Medford at number 8, and West Salem and Clackamas tied for number 9. And others receiving significant votes: Sunset, Lake Ridge, Liberty, Barlow, Sheldon even got significant votes, and they haven't won a game yet this year. Then Reynolds got other significant votes. In the Class 3A coaches poll, Rainier is ranked number 1, followed by Cascade Christian, Hidden Valley ranked number 3, followed by Santiam Christian, Amity, Vale, Burns, Clatskanie, Yamhill Carlton, Lapine, and Pleasant Hill tied for number 10. Others receiving significant votes: St. Mary's and Nissa. In the 2A coaches poll, it's Toledo number 1, followed by Hepner, Coquille, Kennedy, Monroe, Culver at number 6, followed by Warrenton, Oakland, Glide, and Sheridan. Others receiving votes: Napa, Santiam, and Lost River. The Raiders getting some votes. In Class 1A, 8-man football, Adrian, Jordan Valley ranked number 1 this week, followed by St. Paul, Hosanna Christian number 3 this week, Crane number 4, Elgin number 5, Camas Valley 6th, Lowell number 7, Duffer number 8, Mapleton is number 9 this week, and Powder Valley ranked number 10. I believe I left out that the Holy Bowl is going on tonight over at Hosanna Christian between the Triad Timberwolves and the Hosanna Christian Lions. That would be a good one. They always are. Days Creek, others receiving significant votes, along with Perrydale, Pilot Rock, and the Triad School. In Class 1A 6-man football in the coaches poll, it's Joseph, number 1, followed by South Wasco County, Triangle Lake, Sherman Condon, and Echo. Let's take take a 1-minute break, and then we'll get you into the third quarter of play here at Homecoming 2019 from Henley High School in Klamath Falls. Halftime score, Henley 14, Klamath Union nothing, here on KFLS and KlamathRadio.com.
Just feel free to get in and look over our shoulders. Well, there's a pickleball guy.
Okay, we will make it.
Hey, what our
All right, you're watching the halftime festivities. The teams getting ready to get out for the second half of the
Mayor Chuck, 1-minute break.
Henley just warmed up. As it's halftime, Henley Hornets 14, KU Pelicans no score. 14-0 at the half here at Henley. Beautiful evening out here. And we invite you to come by Legacy Furniture tomorrow. Their giant customer appreciation sale at Legacy Furniture tomorrow.
Thanks, Chuck.
Saturday. And yours truly, Brian Casey, will be out there from Wynn broadcasting live on several of our stations. The Eagle, 104.7, Sunny, 107.
We're back at Hill O'Brien Field a minute to go before we start off the third quarter of play. Second half action coming up here at Hill O'Brien Field. It's 14-0 Henley over the Klamath Union Pelicans. The scoring went something like this. It's all Henley with 3:51 left to go in the first quarter. A 32-yard touchdown pass started the scoring off for Henley. Tim Orr to Joe Northcutt. The extra point by Micah Rasmussen was good. 7-0 Henley after the first quarter of play. Second quarter, the crowd got very excited with 5 minutes, 26 seconds left to go in the second quarter. As 65 yards, that was the interception return for a touchdown by John Takini. The kick good, makes the score 14-0 in favor of the Henley Hornets over the Klamath Union Pelicans. Halftime score from Phoenix, the Pirates down to the number 2 ranked Mazama Vikings by a score of 21-0. Of course, that game is being aired as we speak with Randy Adams on the call live from Phoenix on the winner, 106.5 FM, AM 1240 and KlamathRadio.com. Next week for the Henley Hornets, it's a trip 8 hours up the road to Milton Freewater as the Hornets will take on McLaughlin Griswold. It'll be a special kickoff time, 5:30. So remember that, please. 5:30, the scheduled kickoff from McLaughlin High School in Milton Freewater for next week's Henley Hornets football game. It's Henley at McLaughlin Griswold up in Milton Freewater. We'll bring you the pregame show starting at about 5:20 here on KFLS. We're at the kickoff at about 5:30 here on the radio. Klamath Union Pelicans, their next opponent, they get to host Phoenix next Friday night starting at 7 o'clock on the field turf over at Murdoch Field. Another 2.5 minutes left to go as we'll get things started here with the third quarter of action in just a few moments. So, we've got Brian Casey with us also on KlamathRadio.com along with Basin Life Magazine, and it's on Facebook Live tonight, this ball game. Brian, what do you think of the festivities?
Great halftime here with the homecoming here at Henley. Been a great time, and we hope you'll enjoy the second half of the game live on Facebook on Basin Life Magazine. By the way, you want to stop by BasinLife.com too, Bill. We want to invite people to go to the Klamath Falls City page or our sports page, and you can enter to win Oregon Ducks tickets. Oregon Ducks taking on Colorado on Friday night, October 11th, and that includes lodging in Eugene. So enter to win Oregon Ducks tickets on our website, BasinLife.com, the home of the Klamath Basin. Just go to the Klamath Falls City page. You can go to the entertainment page or the sports and outdoor page and enter to win.
All right, Brian, thank you very much. Aren't you glad you didn't give away tickets to this weekend's Oregon football game?
Right.
Because they're not playing. Ducks have a bye this week with the Oregon State Beavers getting set to host the Stanford Cardinal tomorrow afternoon. Kickoff at 4 o'clock from Reser Stadium. And my alma mater, Southern Oregon University, go Raiders. They got to get their first win of the season in the books here as the Raiders are hosting Carroll College of Helena, Montana in a Frontier Conference football game. I believe that's going to be a 1 o'clock kickoff tomorrow in Ashland. Hopefully, Charlie Hall's Raiders will be able to get that elusive first win of the season. They lost each of their first 3 Frontier Conference games by a grand total of 9 points. Lost to Eastern Oregon at home by a field goal. Lost at Montana Tech last week by a field goal. And one other game they lost by 3 points as well. Opening up the season at Sacramento State, they lost 77-19, SOU did. But that's neither here nor there. Hopefully, our beloved, at least my beloved SOU Raiders will get that elusive first win of the season. Starting up by the Rolling Stones, gets set to start in the background. Henley won the toss by the way of the coin before the game actually started, but they elected to defer. They will get the ball first to start off the second half. In to kick off for the Klamath Union Pelicans will be Xavier Oravisu, and back to receive the kick. It looks like it's going to be Benny Scott and Bo Stark. So Cade Northcutt actually came up with the football, and it's first down and 10 yards to go for the Henley Hornets as we start off the third quarter of play. Henley first and 10, the ball being spotted on their own 32-yard line to start things off. Just getting underway with the third quarter of play here at Hill O'Brien Field. Having a very nice evening here at Hill O'Brien Field. Don D'Amico, the public address announcer, working overtime and making a lot of announcements tonight. The pass from Tim Orr is complete to Sam Dixon. Dixon brought down by Ivan Alvarez for Klamath Union. Gain of 4 on the play, making it second down and 6 for the Henley Hornets. The ball on their own 34-yard line. 30 seconds into the third quarter here at Hill O'Brien Field. The Hornets lead 14-0. We're glad to have you along here on 102.5 FM, 1450 AM KFLS. As the handoff from Ori goes to Cameron O'Connor. O'Connor down to about the 38-yard line before being brought down by Dalton Barnes and Caden Coulter. Getting up to about the 39-yard line for Henley. Nice run by Cameron O'Connor. Makes it third down, and we'll call it 2 yards to go from their own 39-yard line. Henley working from the shotgun as they have done virtually all year long. One receiver off to the right, one wide left, and a lone person in the backfield. That lone person is Cameron O'Connor. He'll run for the Henley first down to about the 47-yard line. And on the stop for Klamath Union was Jameis Dutra. First down, 10 yards to go for the Henley Hornets. Nice run by Cameron O'Connor, the workhorse in the backfield, as he's been all season long, except for the North Marion game, where he was, of course, forced to sit out because of being in concussion protocol. But O'Connor hasn't missed a beat yet tonight. O'Connor, by the way, gets the ball again off to the left side. He'll get stopped by a couple of Klamath Union defenders, including Jameis Dutra once again, close to the Henley sideline. Also Xavier Aravisu on the stop for KU. Clock running, 10 minutes left to go in the third quarter. It's 14-0 in favor of Henley. Henley trying to stay undefeated. Their record right now is 3-0. Having won all of its non-league games, winning at Seaside 14-7, winning here at Hill O'Brien Field 36-15 against North Marion, 35-16 I should say, and at Wairika they won last week 20-13, Henley did. And a nice run by Cameron O'Connor, good for another Henley first down, and Ivan Alvarez on the stop, and a nice long run over to the Klamath Union, call it the 33-yard line. Fine run by Cameron O'Connor. First and 10 Henley from the 32, 33-yard line. Here's Cameron O'Connor. Got to go. It's what works for you. And O'Connor down to about the 34-yard line, being brought down by Dalton Barnes. Dalton Barnes on the tackle for Klamath Union. It's second down. We'll call it a long 10. Not much of any gain at all on the last run there by Cameron O'Connor. Getting rather cool here at Henley High School. Temperature still around the low to mid 50s right now. I want that 85-degree weather we had here a couple of weeks ago, but that's not going to happen again until probably next summer. Tim Orr, back to pass off to the left side. Can't find Sam Dixon. He overthrew Dixon. On the coverage was Yvonne Alvarez for the Klamath Union Pelicans. Dixon was covered at about the 9-10 yard line of KU. Brings up third down and 10 yards to go for the Henley Hornets. At center tonight, Big Adam Campbell, a sophomore, 6'6" and 300 pounds. Hadn't mentioned much of the Henley line at all. Let's see if we can give you some of the linemen here. James Haskamp on the left tackle side of things. Left guard, I can't tell who the number is. I believe it's 65. Baron Mebu. And we'll give you the rest of the line later. Pass complete to Sam Dixon, out of bounds, knocked out of bounds by Nathan Getman. First time we've mentioned Getman's name tonight. He's a 5'9", 170-pound junior. We'll give you the rest of the Henley offensive line here as soon as we can here. In fact, we have time. Connor Tillman in the right guard position. Out at right tackle for Henley is Parker Wooten. Linemen, as I was one back in my high school days years ago now, they don't get enough respect, nor do they get their name mentioned very much in the media, unless a lineman makes a tackle on defense. But Adam Campbell really stands out. He would too, being 6'6" and weighing 300 pounds. Out of the handoff from Orr, it's Cameron O'Connor down to the 20-yard line. That should be close to a first down, and it will be another first down for the Henley Hornets. And he was brought down on the play by Jameis Dutra. 8 minutes, 13 seconds, clock running left to go in the third quarter. Henley threatening once again to put another 6 on the board. Henley already has a 2-touchdown lead. They lead 14-0 over the Klamath Union Pelicans. We're in the third quarter of homecoming 2019 here at Hill O'Brien Field. We also have Brian Casey up here at Basin Life Magazine, televising this game through Facebook Live on the Basin Life Magazine Facebook page. Nice to have Brian Casey with us. And we're glad you're watching, too, and listening as we have the radio sound on in the background as well. It's Cameron O'Connor down to about the 16-yard line, maybe the 15. He is being brought down by Jameis Dutra once again. Also on the stop was Caden Coulter. Don D'Amico doing yeoman's work tonight behind the public address mic. He's had to announce more things this week, at least in one night. It's 2nd and 5 with 7 minutes to go here in quarter number 3. Here at Henley High School, Hill O'Brien Field. Working from the shotgun, of course, is Tim Orr. Orr will get the snap. He does. Hands it off to Cameron O'Connor once again. O'Connor off to the right side. Can he find somewhere forward to go? He does. Into onto the Klamath sideline. Out of bounds. Knocked out of bounds by Zach Hill and Jameis Dutra. Cameron O'Connor's having a wonderful night tonight for the Henley Hornets. I'll be curious to see what his statistics are if we can get to him at the end of this game. I found a spot where statistics can be kept. I thought maybe they'd be kept in real time. Wasn't able to get to him last week because of the lateness of the game, so to speak. 6:10 left to go in the third quarter, 14-0 Henley. It's 3rd down and 2 for the Hornets. And another run up the middle by Cameron O'Connor. O'Connor bolting off slightly to the right side. It looked like Caden Coulter was the first to make the stop for Klamath Union. Clock stopped at 5:57 left to go in the third quarter, 14-0 Henley. And it's a first down for the Henley Hornets. First and goal for Henley. The ball looked like it's on the Klamath Union, 5-yard line or 10-yard line? 10-yard line. So it's first and goal from there for the Henley Hornets. Working from the shotgun, of course, is Tim Orr. has one receiver wide left, one wide right, long backfield. John Takini is back there this time around. See if Takini will get the ball this time around. He's been having a good night, and Takini does get the ball. Balls up the middle, and he gets in for a touchdown. Touchdown, Henley. Took a couple of Klamath Union defenders with him. 5 minutes, 17 seconds left to go in the third quarter. A 10-yard touchdown run by John Takini. Takini having a great night running the ball, and of course he had that big interception of 65 yards back in the second quarter. So attempt the extra point will be Micah Rasmussen. Rasmussen's kick goes right for the uprights and good. 5 minutes, 17 seconds left to go in the third quarter of play from Hill O'Brien Field on homecoming. It's the Henley Hornets 21, Klamath Union Pelicans nothing. We're back in 60 seconds. You're listening to Henley Hornets football on KFLS and KlamathRadio.com.
And you're enjoying watching the game live on Facebook, on Facebook Magazine. I'm Brian
After this game
along with Bill
tonight,
Properties, broadcasting
Pastor will donate $1 back to Henley for each.
You're saying his name wrong. It's Dalivo.
on the dial. It sounds great on the FM.
Dave Potter.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Yes, I know. I know.
102.5 our new talk station and the home of the Henley Hornets, who are now leading here in this third quarter 21 over the KU Pelicans. 5-17.
What a game. He ran that like a fullback.
I'm so embarrassed. What's your last name again?
Dave Potter.
Potter, okay. Yeah.
Game. Nice crisp evening, beautiful, great weather. Hope you're enjoying the game.
Yeah, that was an impressive fullback run.
Here back at Hill O'Brien Field, Klamath Union Pelicans down 21-0 to the homestanding Henley Hornets, getting set to attempt the kickoff once again will be Micah Rasmussen. Rasmussen's kick, high end over end, that's going to go out of bounds with a penalty marker on the field. Not sure exactly who is back to receive for KU. Doesn't really matter now. But the Klamath Union Pelicans will get the ball moved up 5 yards due to the penalty on the kickoff. So the Pelicans will get the ball with 5:17 left to go in the third quarter. Henley up 21-0 here at Hill O'Brien Field. Henley Hornets 3-0 right now on the season. Klamath Union 0-3. This is only the second time this season Klamath Union's actually played a 4A opponent. They lost last week against Marshfield by a score of 33-20, and they lost to Class 5A Eagle Point and lost to Class 3A Cascade Christian. On the ball for Klamath Union, the ball carrier was Xavier Aravisu and Nathan Elwood on the stop. We've mentioned Elwood's name a lot tonight, and that's good to hear. We haven't mentioned Nathan Elwood's name all that much throughout this season, but he's having a great night tonight on the defensive side of the ball for the Henley Hornets. 4:46 left to go. What a night, though, by John Takini scoring twice for the Hornets. Franklin decides he wants to keep it, and he does for a first down for the Pelicans. He'll carry it down to Henley territory at the 45-yard line. A nice run by the Klamath Union quarterback Aaron Franklin. Bo Stork on the stop for the Hornets. First down, Klamath Union. The ball on the Henley 45-yard line. Nose of the football at the 45. KU working from directly under center. As it's Aaron Franklin behind center. Has a man in motion. And Franklin decides he wants to keep it once again. He'll gain possibly 2 or 3 yards. On the stop for the Hornets will be Joe Northcutt. Northcutt, 6'4", 220-pound junior. It'll be nice to have him back next season for the Henley Hornets. Or I should say they'll be nice to have him back for the Henley Hornets. I know, they. I almost feel right at home here in the Henley side of things. They give me a hard time, but it's always in good faith. Another run up the middle by Klamath Union. And the ball carrier, as soon as he gets up, actually, I think it was Franklin on the keeper. No, it was Xavier Orvisu on the keeper.
Was the ball carrier. Brought there by the center of the Hornet line.
The center of the line, all over Orvisu, that time for the Henley Hornets, including Joe Northcutt, of course. 3rd and 2 for Klamath Union with 3 minutes left to go in the third quarter. And running up the middle on what looked like Aaron Franklin was on the keeper. He was dropped all the way back to the 40-yard line. Man, I'll tell you something. The Henley Hornets defensive line was really doing great things. And on that play, knocked Aaron Franklin backwards down to about the 40-yard line. Actually, no, the ball spotted close to the 35-yard line of Henley, just short of the 35, but it's 4th down and less than a yard to go. We'll see if Franklin decides to keep the ball again. Franklin directly under center. No, he hands the ball off to Adam Campbell. To Darius Holmes, and Holmes went nowhere fast. The Hornets will get the ball on downs.
Tackled by number 28, Lacey Mays.
Jesse Mays on the stop for the Henley Hornets. Lacey Mays, I should say. 6 foot, 190-pound seniors. Lacey Mays. And the Hornets will get the ball on downs. The down marker needs to change from 4 to 1 down below there. So it'll be 1st down, 10 yards to go with 2 minutes, 9 seconds left to go in the third quarter. All Henley at this point. The Hornets lead the Klamath Union Pelicans by a score of 21 to nothing. And there was a flag on the field that I didn't see, apparently. A face masking call against the Henley Hornets. So that'll be a Klamath Union 1st down, thanks to the face mask penalty charged to the Henley Hornets. So Klamath Union will keep the ball. 1st down, 10 yards to go from the Henley 23-yard line. Franklin working from the shotgun, completes the screen pass to Garrett Short. Short brought down by Joe Northcutt and also Dylan Shranowski. Also on the stop for Henley was Cameron O'Connor. O'Connor doing well tonight on both sides of the ball for the Hornets. 1:45 left to go in the third quarter here at Hill O'Brien Field. Henley leading Klamath Union 21 to nothing. Homecoming 2019. Directly under center is the Klamath Union quarterback, Aaron Franklin. And Franklin decides he wants to take care of it himself. He gets brought down inside the 10-yard line to about the 7. John Tacchini on the stop. And it'll be another 1st down for the Pelicans. If at first you don't succeed, keep it yourself. So that's exactly what Aaron Franklin's doing. So it's 1st and goal for the Klamath Union Pelicans. The ball on the Henley, we'll call it 9-yard line. 1st and goal for the Pelicans. Out of the shotgun is Aaron Franklin. Franklin has one receiver wide right, one wide left, and he hands the ball off to, it's the pass complete to Caden Coulter. And Dylan Shranowski along with Joe Northcutt wrestling the Klamath Union receiver out of bounds. That receiver, of course, being Caden Coulter. 59.4 seconds left to go in the third quarter here at Hill O'Brien Field. The natural grass turf getting a workout tonight by both teams, but it's Klamath Union threatening 2nd and goal from the Henley, we'll call it 7-yard line. It looks like it's Xavier Orvisu, and Orvisu gets in for the first score of the night for Klamath Union. 54.1 seconds left to go in the third quarter. An 8-yard touchdown run by Xavier Orvisu. In to attempt the extra point for the Pelicans will be Isaias Savala. I'm sorry. And let's see. was blocked. The extra point attempt was blocked.
Nice snap.
Extra point is no good.
Extra point is no good.
Lucky me. The guy got up and
So, with 54.1 seconds left to go in the third quarter, Klamath Union finally gets on the board, but it's Henley leading the Klamath Union Pelicans by a score of 21-6. We're back in 60 seconds as you're listening to Henley Hornets football on KFLS and KlamathRadio.com. Who tried to kick the extra point?
76.
We don't have a name for him.
I know. You said something, but I didn't know.
I thought it was it, but no, we still don't. We still don't know who it is.
I'll go last.
28-year-old.
They don't know either.
Ask again.
Okay.
I heard him say a name, I went for it.
We figured he knew.
I'm sorry. I couldn't tell the number. So who's kicking?
Alex, a soccer player.
They got the
Arvizo
sideline just
kicking
know
out for the Pelicans.
We got a story. Alex from the soccer team.
Xavier Arvizu on the kick. The squib kick. Bo Stork takes it and goes off to the middle and gets stopped at about the 38-yard line of the Hornets by the kicker, Xavier Arvizu. So Alex Stark runs the kickoff back, and Henley will get the football, 1st and 10. The ball is on their own 40, about the 38-yard line. All we know that it's who from the soccer team?
Alex from the soccer
Alex from the soccer team.
He's
The kicker trying to kick extra points for Klamath Union. So it's the ball carrier, Cameron O'Connor, gets knocked out of bounds on the Henley sideline by Jamis Dutra.
And Dutra.
So we'll have to do some investigating here and find out who Alex from the soccer team is.
18 is dinged, it looks like.
So do we have an injured player on the field? I don't see anybody.
Back in the backfield.
Back in the backfield, okay.
18, the quarterback is limping around a little bit.
We're about ready to end the third quarter here at Hill O'Brien Field, down to about 7 seconds. 6, 5, 4. Henley won't run another play, or will they? They only have a second, and so the Hornets will not run another play. 3 quarters are in the books here at Hill O'Brien Field, homecoming 2019. And as soon as we get to the bottom of who number 76 is for Klamath Union, we will let you know. And, of course, we'll get you into the fourth quarter in 60 seconds. After 3 from Hill O'Brien Field, it's Henley 21, Klamath Union 6 on KFLS and KlamathRadio.com.
So 21-6 at the end of 3 quarters of play.
Alex from the soccer team.
Hill O'Brien Field.
I can't get to my computer right now either.
6. The Hornets over the KU Pelicans. Hope you're enjoying the game here on this brisk Friday night. We're definitely into fall. About 5 this morning it was winter. Then it became spring at about 10 o'clock this morning. Felt like summer at 2 in the afternoon. And it feels like fall right now.
48 degrees right now here in Klamath Falls.
48 degrees.
All right.
On the ball.
That's too good for that.
Second and 5 for the Henley Hornets as we're back to action to kick off the fourth quarter. And it's Gavin Graham getting knocked out of bounds on the Henley sideline at about the 40-yard line of Klamath Union, brought down by Juan Pena, 5'9", 160-pound senior. It's a first down for the Henley Hornets as we just got started with quarter number 4 here at Hill O'Brien Field on the campus of Henley High School in Klamath Falls. 11:35 left to go here in this game. Henley Hornets working from the shotgun as they have been doing pretty much all year long. One wide receiver off to the left, Two off to the right, and alone in the backfield is Cameron O'Connor. Long snap count by Tim Orr. And do they finally get it off in time? I think so. Let's hear it. Okay, we've got it. And it's Cameron O'Connor up the middle to about the 33-yard line. He is brought down by Dalton Barnes and Caden Coulter for KU. Nice run by Cameron O'Connor. 6-yard run makes it about second down, and we'll make it 7 yards on the run by Cameron O'Connor. 2nd and 3 for Henley. The ball is in Klamath Union territory at the 33-yard line, we'll call it. 10:39 left to go in this game. Henley leading 21-6 over the Klamath Union Pelicans. Working from the shotgun, of course, is the Henley Hornets. One wide receiver off to the right, two split off to the left, lone backfield, and it's Cameron O'Connor from the backfield. Nice run off to the right side, and gets tripped up just before he gets to the 20-yard line by Juan Pena.
Tripped up by Pena.
First down.
Cameron O'Connor will get the first down for the Henley Hornets. Beautiful run by Cameron O'Connor. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Henley Hornets. The ball will be spotted on their own, on the Klamath Union 24-yard line with 10:06 left to go in this game.
Good job, Alex.
One wide receiver off to the right, one wide left. Lone person in the backfield is Cameron O'Connor. From the shotgun, Tim Orr doing a fine job tonight as he has all season. Hands the ball off to Cameron O'Connor. He finds a seam, goes off to the right side. Does he get in? No, he fumbles the ball, but the ball goes out of bounds at about the 1, maybe the 2-yard line. On the coverage was Jameis Dutra. There was no tackle. The ball left O'Connor's hands, fumbled it out of bounds. So it'll be 1st and goal for Henley. The ball will be on the KU 4-yard line with 9:39 left to go. I think we have a Herald and News reporter standing directly behind me. Yep, we do. So I'm trying to get it correct. John Takini up the middle. Does he get in? Does he get in? Yes, he does. John Mark Takini, his 3rd touchdown of the night. 2-by run, 1-by interception with 9:33 left to go in the game. A 4-yard touchdown run by John Takini makes the score 27-6. Extra point pending. Tim Orr out of the hold of Micah Rasmussen. The snap is down, the kick is up, and it's another good kick by Micah Rasmussen. So, with 9 minutes, 33 seconds left to go in this game, put up 7 more for the home team. It's now Henley 28, Klamath Union 6 with 9:33 left to go in this game. We're back in 60 seconds. You're listening to Henley Hornets football on KFLS Klamath Falls, online klamathradio.com.
And you're watching the game on Basin Life Magazine on Facebook. Don't forget to go to basinlife.com. It's got everything. By the way, on our homepage, scroll down a little bit. On the left side of our homepage, you'll see, of course, banners from various businesses, some of the best businesses in town. But you'll also see on the left side of our homepage tabs, individual tabs that you can click on for Win Broadcasting radio stations. So right from your phone or your computer, you could be listening to Sunny 107, Jammin' 105.5, KFLS, News Talk 1450 and 102.5 FM, Kicks 96, and the Eagle 104.7.
Thanks, Chuck.
Rock. Right from basinlife.com on the homepage. Also, we have
Rasmussen
Oregon
kicking
Ducks
off for the Hornets.
football tickets for you to enter to win on the Klamath Falls City page, or go to our sports and outdoor page. Lots going on.
We're back at Hero Bryan Field with 9:33 left to go in the game. Henley leads now 28-6 over the Klamath Union Pelicans. Micah Rasmussen getting set to kick off, and who is back to receive? It's going to be Pablo Macias and Jameis Dutra. with the reception, runs the ball all the way up to the Klamath Union 47-yard line. Nice run by Dutra. He was one of the up men. On the stop was Timor. So Klamath Union gets some pretty good field position, some of the best field position of the night for the Pelicans. 1st and 10, Klamath Union. The ball is in Pelican territory on about the 47-yard line. Henley 28, Klamath Union 6, 9:27 left to go. Franklin is back to pass, but he gets sacked.
Franklin sacked on the play.
Back to about the 38-yard line, brought down by Joe Northcutt along with Lacey Mays.
28, along with Lacey Mays.
2nd and we'll call it 14 for the Klamath Union Pelicans. Pelicans have to go all the way to Keno to get the first down. Not as far as, say, having to go to Doris. Franklin back to pass, finds the receiver. Caden Coulter
Pass complete to Coulter.
goes into Klamath Union territory, brought down by Cade Northcutt. Nice pass reception there by Caden Coulter. The 6'1", 195-pound freshman. As Franklin hurries and he finds the receiver, but gets waylaid back to the 49-yard line of Henley. It looks like Dylan Shranowski was on the stop for the Henley Hornets. Clock running, 8 minutes, 10 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. Henley leading 28-6. A dominant effort tonight on both sides of the ball by the Hornets. And Franklin back to pass. Does he find a receiver? No!
Franklin's pass incomplete.
Pass was broken up. James Dutcher was the intended receiver.
Broken up by Gavin Graham.
Gavin Graham, nice coverage there to break up that pass by Klamath Union's Aaron Franklin. So it's 4th down and 6 yards. That was 4th and 6. Okay, very good. 1st and 10 for the Henley Hornets as the Hornets get the ball back on downs. 1st and 10 Henley. The ball will be in Henley territory on about the 47-yard line for their next series of downs. 7:59 left to go on a brisk 48-degree night right now here in the Klamath Basin. Tim Orr working from the shotgun and hands the ball off almost immediately to Cameron O'Connor. O'Connor off to the races, off to the left side, gets tackled out of bounds along the Klamath Union sideline by Elijah Croy, it looked like.
Knocked out of bounds by Alvarez.
So no gain on the play. It's going to be a holding call against the Henley Hornets. I did not see a drop of the flag.
It's on the far sideline.
But I will take your word for it. It's down on the far sideline. No wonder I couldn't see it. The glare in here is nice to have because it's nice to have the lights on. But sometimes, okay, now I see the flag. Okay. Either that or I'm getting really old for this.
The glare is hard. That too.
That too. Thank you, Brian. Do you resemble that remark too?
Yes.
Okay, very good. I don't look over 55? I knew there was something about you I liked, Dave. I knew there was something about you that I liked. I had to think of something. It took me about 2 years to figure it out, but I knew there was something about you that I liked. Thank you. 7:52 left to go in this game. Henley with a 28-6 lead. As we digress just a hair, Henley working from the shotgun. It's a handoff back to Cameron O'Connor. Nice run by O'Connor up to about the 44-yard line. And he's brought down by Jameis Dutra. Dutra's name's been mentioned a lot tonight for the Pelicans. Jameis Dutra, fine defensive back. He's just a sophomore. Klamath Union, a young team. Dutra's 5'10", 160-pound sophomore. 7:22. Clock running, left to go in this game. 28-6 lead for the Henley Hornets. 2 touchdowns scored on the night, or was it 3? No, 3 touchdowns scored tonight by John Tacchini. He's having one heck of a night. 7:04 left to go, and the Hornets working from the shotgun once again. One receiver wide right, one wide left. But it's Cameron O'Connor, the ball carrier, finding a seam off to the left side, gets knocked out of bounds towards the Klamath Union sideline. And it was Darius Holmes on the stop. Holmes doing a fine job, mostly on the offensive side of things, but every once in a while he can make a tackle or two or several. Darius Holmes, 5'11", 190-pound senior. Takini back into the lineup. He'll be in the backfield. Takini, 3 touchdown scores tonight. 2 off the run, 1 off of an interception of 65 yards just before the half ended. Actually, about 5 minutes and 26 seconds before the first half ended. John Takini, if we were to give out game balls, I think I've already got a winner. 6:53 left to go, and it's 3rd and 7 for Henley. And Orr with a pass. Does he find the receiver? Yes, Gavin Graham. Graham has one receiver to beat, and Graham's in for the touchdown. A 52-yard pass play. 52-yard touchdown pass from Tim Orr to Gavin Graham. That was a beauty. With 6:43 left to go in this game, and you can basically call this game virtually over. Micah Rasmussen to attempt the extra point out of the hold of Tim Orr. The kick is up, and it is good. So 6 minutes, 43 seconds left to go in this football game. It's going to be more than likely another Henley victory, but there's still plenty of time left. 6:43 left to go in this game. It's now Henley 35, Klamath Union 6, here on KFLS and KlamathRadio.com. The touchdown pass again was to... That's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought.
I'm starting to sing, turn out the lights, the party's over.
Well, yeah, I remember him.
Well, you gave them some hope.
I gave Klamath Union some hope?
Yes.
Well,
Unfortunately,
He's allowed to misspeak.
I am allowed to misspeak, I guess. But no, you can't call a game over until there's 3 zeros on the board.
that is true, Bill.
I think I played enough football in my day to figure that one out. Maybe. I hope so.
Rasmussen kicking off for the Hornets.
Nice kick. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's down right there.
Rebecca Hill O'Brien Field, the kickoff from Micah Rasmussen, picked up by Jameis Dutra. Dutra slips and falls down at about the 18-yard line of Klamath Union. So that's where the Pelicans will get the ball. They're in a 35-6 hole right now to the homestanding Henley Hornets, who are pretty much on their way to going 4-0 on the season. Halfway through the season already, guys. Can you believe that? And gal.
One more home game.
And yeah, and one more home game. That's unbelievable.
We'll get you through it.
There's only 3 home games this year here at Henley High School, and we're just about done with 2 of them.
Yeah.
So it's 1st and 10 for the Klamath Union Pelicans. The ball is on the 18-yard line, and it's a run by Klamath Union down to about the 25-yard line. And it was Darius Holmes keeping it.
25 and somebody else.
On the tackle was Cameron O'Connor, and by the words of Dave Potter, who is a spotter for both Dom DeOlivo and sometimes yours truly. I'll pay him off at some point, maybe. Say, and somebody else. All right. 6:08 left to go in this game. It's all Henley, 35-6 over Klamath Union. And the handoff this time for Klamath Union as Isaiah DeVos on the stop. It's Aaron Franklin on the keeper. Also on the stop by Dylan Shronowski. Looks like Isaiah DeVos was also in there, too. We got to give him a little bit of credit. We haven't mentioned DeVos' name all night. Clock running, 5:40 left to go in this game. It's all Henley. Dominating night for the home team tonight, 35-6 right now over Klamath Union. 3rd and 2 for the Pelicans. Let's see what they do here. They hand the ball off once again to Darius Holmes. He'll get the first down and then some. Holmes all the way down to midfield before he is stopped by Cade Northcutt. That was a beautiful run there by Darius Holmes. One of the only high spots of the night tonight for the Klamath Union Pelicans, besides the touchdown that they scored in the third quarter of play with less than a minute to go. So it's 1st and 10 for the Klamath Union Pelicans right at midfield. Aaron Franklin still in the game as the Pelicans quarterback goes directly under center. Has one wide receiver off to the left, hands the ball off. This time he will give it to Xavier Arvisu. Arvisu for a short gain down to about the 48-yard line of Henley. And on the stop will be Bowen Mabu and several other Henley defenders. Bowen Mabu, 5'9", 230-pound junior. I can't believe we're halfway through the season already. Halfway through the regular season, anyway. Right now, all indications point to the Henley Hornets winning a league game. And that's got to make the coach and the staff and the team feel really good. On the handoff, it's going to be Darius Holmes. Holmes gets forward progress, but he's backed up all the way to about the 45-yard line. It was Joe Northcutt on the stop and gives Darius Holmes a nice pat on the shoulder pad, saying, "Good job, kid." They all know each other, I'm sure. I mean, they have to. Klamath Falls is a small enough city.
They threw shot put against each other all the
They threw the shot against each other. Okay, very good. I was a baseball player myself. As you could tell, I broadcast baseball games, so I'm not doing this.
Holmes is one of the best discus throwers in the state of Oregon.
That's cool. On the handoff, the Pelicans going down to about the 42-yard line.
Arvisu.
It looks like Arvisu on the ball, and being stopped by John Takini. If I was to give out a game ball tonight, there's no other player I would give that game ball to if I had one than John Takini. And Joe Northcutt would be in there for a game ball too. But if I was to have a game ball to give away, it'd be definitely John Takini's turn tonight. What a job he has done tonight. Off the handoff is Darius Holmes. Holmes with a nice run. He'll get the first down to about the 31-yard line. Brought down by Benny Scott for the Hornets. Benny Scott is a 5'10", 170-pound sophomore. Alex Stork has to be proud of his team tonight.
First down, Pelicans.
2.5 minutes left to go in this game. It's 35-6 in favor of Henley. 2:27 left to go in the game. Clock running as it's Aaron Franklin directly under center. Hands the ball off this time to Darius Holmes once again. Holmes bails his way down to the Henley 25-yard line before being stopped by Bo Stork and a swarm of other Hornets. I had to use that term tonight. I haven't used that term all night. I know, but hey, I got to get with the program here. 2 minutes left to go in this game. It's 35-6 Henley. Everybody here in the press box, including our friendly Herald and News reporter behind me. And you haven't been here very long, have you? She hasn't been here very long. She's going to get used to us here at Henley yet. She got here at halftime. Okay, very good. All right, well, Pelicans with another run up the middle by Darius Holmes. He gets stopped by a bunch of Hornet defenders. I'm not sure who. I don't think we're really paying too much attention as to who's making the stop at this point. All I know is that Henley is going to win this football game and go 4-0 on the season. Meanwhile, Klamath Union Pelicans are on their way to going 0-4 on the campaign. 1-0 in the Special District 5 standings for Henley. 0-1 for Klamath Union coming up. It's going to be Darius Holmes. He finds a seam off to the right side, and he'll run for the first down, and finally he'll get knocked out of bounds at about the 10-yard line, but a flag is dropped on the field.
1 minute.
Yeah, they're saying first down Henley.
They're saying, first down Henley? There must have been a fumble on the play.
Henley recovered.
Well, according to the people up in the press box, and I didn't see this actually happen, Dallas Holmes and Coach Alex Stark is going past the press box area, high-fiving everybody up here. He is one happy head coach right now, as well he should be. Coach Stark does all of his coaching pretty much during games from the press box as opposed to being on the field. Alex Stark is one happy man right about now. And the Hornets, all they're going to have to do is take a knee or two or several, and this ball game will be history. Oh, what a night it's been for the Henley Hornets. We'll give you the scoring summary. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to give you any finals or not because just about all of the games started about the same time this one did at 7 o'clock. Maybe we'll have a final from the Mazama Phoenix game in about 30 seconds because that's how much time there is left in this game. This quarter went by really fast. There was no reason why the clock needed to be stopped. And in victory formation, the Henley Hornets finally take another knee. And it'll be pretty much enough said on this game. Last week, the Wairika scoreboard operator left early. Oh, and they start playing Queens. Another one bites the dust before the clock actually goes to zero. But who wants the music up here anyway? This game is over. The undefeated Henley Hornets stay that way. 4-0 overall. 1-0 in Special District 5. Plymouth Union Pelicans fall to 0-4 in the 2019 campaign. 0-1 in Special District 5. All Henley on homecoming night. The crowd will leave here Bryan Field happy. Final score, Henley 35, Plymouth Union 6. We'll be back with a post-game show and hopefully some finals as we're back in 2 minutes. You're listening to Henley Hornets football here on KFLS, SpaceandLifeMagazine.com and ClymouthRadio.com.
That wraps up the game 35-6. The Henley Hornets with another great victory on the season.
See you next time, buddy.
Yeah, man. One more game.
We'll see you later. Thank you. See you in 2 weeks.
Space and Life Magazine on Facebook. Thanks to all of our great sponsors, too.
Tie it around, yeah, just pull him over. Tie it around your ankle, make sure you didn't get away.
You need to run equipment of any kind. It's Harry and Jeff Hawk and Power Pack. Main Street Jewelers, Tim, Chris, and all the gang downtown. Stop in the Main Street Jewelers. They got a great sale going on there right now. And you can lay it away for Christmas if you want. Thanks again to Parker's, Rod and Gun Rack, Tater Patch Quilts, Galena Hardware in Malin, Keno Tractors, and many, many more. Brian Case.
Do you have a final yet, Chuck, for Mazama Phoenix?
Facebook saying, have a great weekend, everybody. There it is.
I know it. There's one in here.
45-0 final?
45-0.
Oh, I gotta move.
Oh.
My back.
I'm sorry. At least you'll have a chance to sit down now. Oh, man. What a game. Thank you, Chuck.
Thanks, Chuck. Good job.
Well, we're back at a very, very happy Harold Bryan Field tonight. The homestanding Henley Hornets on homecoming night 2019 defeat the Plymouth Union Pelicans in a dominant fashion by a score of 35-6. Let's give you a scoring summary as to how it became 35-6, shall we? Henley gets on the board first with 3 minutes 51 seconds left to go in the first quarter. A 32-yard touchdown pass from Tim Orr to Joe Northcutt, the extra point attempt good by Micah Rasmussen, 7-0 Henley. In the second quarter, Henley gets on the board once again with 5:26 left to go as John Tacchini returns an interception, 65 yards. So a great job on that one by John Takini. Rasmussen's kick good. Halftime score 14-0 in favor of Henley. In the third quarter, it's Takini once again with 5 minutes and 17 seconds left to go. In quarter number 3, a 10-yard touchdown run by John Takini with Micah Rasmussen's kick good. It's 21-0 now in favor of Henley. And with 54.1 seconds left to go in the third quarter, Klamath Union gets on the board for what turns out to be the only time tonight. An 8-yard touchdown run by Xavier Aravisu. The extra point attempt was no good. In fact, it was blocked. 21-6 in favor of Henley. In the fourth quarter, 9:33 left to go. A 28-yard touchdown run by John Takini. Takini with, 3 scores on the night for John Takini. If I had a game ball to give out, he will get it. And the kick was good by Rasmussen, 28-6 in favor of Henley. And with 6:43 left to go in the game, a 52-yard touchdown pass from Tim Orr to Gavin Graham wrapped up the score, and the extra point good. Final score, it was Henley 35, Klamath Union 6. Mazama Vikings had a great night as well. Mazama on the road at Phoenix, and Henley will be at Phoenix in 2 or 3 weeks. They'll be at Phoenix on the 11th. So what does that make it? 2 weeks. Phoenix blanked by the Mazama Vikings tonight in a game called by Randy Adams on the Winners. CBS Sports Radio. Mazama dominated Phoenix Pirates tonight by a score of 45-0. Let's get you some scores from other football games if we do have any. We will go over what we do have. Like I said, all of the games pretty much started at 7 o'clock tonight. I don't think we're going to be able to... Oh, here's one final. LeGrand all over Class 3A Klatskanai tonight at Klatskanai by a score of 43-0, and that's the only score involving a 4A school that we have at this point. Let's see if we have any 6A finals to pass along tonight. We do have one. Roseburg Indians lose tonight at Finley Field to the Bend Lava Bears by a score of 28-14. Non-league game between the Lava Bears and Indians, but Roseburg falls short at home, 28-14. That's the only final we have thus far from Class 6A. Going to 5A, let's see if there are any finals that we can report. Right now, there are no finals to report. So we will go over to Class 3A and see if there is anything to... talk about here. We do have at least one final. Rainier blanked Corbett tonight. Rainier ranked number 1 in the 3A coaches poll this week. Rainier, the Columbians, over Corbett tonight by a score of 14-0. And Gooding, Idaho, all over Vail tonight by a score of 41-14. The Vail Vikings traveling across the border for that one. In Class 2A, let's see what finals we do have to report. Kennedy defeated Sheridan tonight, 23-6 in Class 2A Special District 2. It was Reedsport in non-league action in Class 2A defeating Illinois Valley by a score of 20-2. Those are the only finals we have in Class 2A. Going to Class 1A, I know there's been some finals to report because we mentioned them during halftime because a lot of the games get started early in the day, like this one. Camas Valley earlier this afternoon in Class 1A Special District 2 West. Camas Valley defeated Days Creek this afternoon 66-14. Bonanza wins by a forfeit tonight, 2-0 over Prospect Charter. In Special District 3 in Class 1A 8-man football, West Division, it was Doofer 48, Enterprise 8. That game was at Sherman County High School. In Class 1A 8-man football, Special District 3, Eastern Division, Adrian Jordan Valley defeated Wallowa 60-6. And it was Crane this afternoon over Pine Eagle by another score of 60-6. In 6-man football this afternoon and tonight in Class 1A Special District 4, again 6-man football, Gilchrist edged Mackenzie today in a high-scoring affair by a score of 54-50. It was Eddyville Charter defeating Jewel by a score of 38-26. In Special District 5 6-man football, South Wasco County blanked Mitchell Spray Wheeler at Wheeler High School in Fossil 51-0. Prairie City Burnt River defeated Huntington Harper Charter 55-24. And in non-league Class 1A 8-man action, it was Ione Arlington defeating Cambridge, Idaho by a score of 50-20. And those are the only finals that we have. Checking games that we've got going on for next week, of course. Henley traveling to McLaughlin Griswold. That is a special 5:30 p.m. kickoff, and we'll have the pregame show starting at about 5:20. Meanwhile, the Klamath Union Pelicans will host the Phoenix Pirates next week. And let me see if I can get a schedule up for what Mazama is up to next week here. I'm working on that right now. Please stand by, as they say. Let me see here. Mazama next week will be at North Valley. And, of course, Randy Adams will be on the call for that one. He'll be joined at about, I'd say, 6:45, 6:50, maybe later than that for his pregame show. Kickoff at 7 o'clock from the campus of North Valley High School at Knights Stadium. So that's where Mazama's going to be. Mazama's on the road next week at North Valley. That game will be, of course, on the winner, CBS Sports Radio. Meanwhile, Henley Hornets get to make the 8-hour trip one way to Milton Freewater to face the McLaughlin Griswold Grizzlies. So that'll be a good one. McLaughlin Griswold taking on Henley next week at Mac High in Milton Freewater. So, like I said, Henley gets to make the nice 8-hour trip one way, early 5:30 kickoff, because I'm thinking that the Hornets will want to get there and back all in one night because they've got a long ways to go. But McLaughlin Griswold playing an independent Class 4A schedule this year. In other words, they're not in any league. So all their games are non-conference. Henley gets the non-conference game next week at McLaughlin Griswold. Once again, we will be at McLaughlin High School in Milton Freewater for the pregame starting at about 5:20. Again, special 5:30 p.m. kickoff next Friday afternoon here on KFLS AM 1450, FM 102.5, and of course online at KlamathRadio.com. So we will talk to you again next week from Milton Freewater. Thanks back at the station to our in-studio producer Chuck Rhodes. Now for Chuck Rhodes, Wynn Broadcasting Operations Manager Randy Adams, Wynn Broadcasting President General Manager Bob Wynn, and of course from Basin Life Magazine, BasinLife.com, the one and only Brian Casey. I'm Bill Crawford saying thanks for listening tonight. Final score from Hill O'Brien Field in Klamath Falls at Henley High School. The Hornets do it on homecoming night. Final score, Henley 35, Klamath Union 6. Good night from Henley High School. Okay.
Good job, Bill.
Hey, thank you.
Unplug this one for me.
Just a second. Huh? What'd you say? I'm sorry.
Unplug this wire for me.
This cord, where is it at? Here? Okay, great. Yeah. Hey, I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to talk to you guys much. We had kind of a cramped space up here.
Yeah, no, don't worry about it. Awesome.
It's good to see you guys.
Yeah, it's good to see you too. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a safe trip home, Bill.
Josh, you do the same, buddy. Great to see you. I hope it's not till next baseball season.
Yeah, I don't want to see you until then.
What do you guys work for?
Basic Media Active.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Josh is Jay Reese's guy during the American Legion baseball season.
Yeah, we saw you last summer at the
Legion tournament, state tournament.
At the KU game over there.
Basketball, Hidden Valley.
Basketball.
Yeah.
No, baseball.
Baseball. I didn't go to KU last year
No.
for baseball. Went to Henley. Came here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are you from Sock?
What's that?
Are you from SOU?
No. I went to Hidden Valley. Graduated a couple
You just
years
graduated
ago.
from Hidden Valley.
Yeah, and
Coach!
now I'm working. So.
Oh, okay.
Great
Yeah.
job, buddy.
What's your name?
My name's Brian.
Brian.
Brian Casey.
Okay.
I'm sorry,
very nice.
Brian Casey.
Yeah, I run Basin Life magazine.
Okay.
Yeah,
Awesome.
BasinLife.com.
I've worked for this guy 3 times in my 42 years in the business.
All right. I'm gonna try to get out of the cold weather.
All right. have a
It's
good
not
one.
that cold. Man up!
You're inside, Bill. You don't got room.
Oh no! Hell! Look, the window's open.
Yeah.
It's
well,
48 degrees,
Yeah,
buddy.
it's chilly.
Live with it.
Yeah, I'm living. That's why I'm trying to get the hell out of here.
You guys take it
All right.
easy. Have a safe trip back. Good to see you guys. Take care.
539 views. We had
You had 539 views, seriously?
already. Yeah.
Nice going.
Yeah. We had 26 people watching at times. That's the most we've ever had.
Wow. Nice going, Ace.
Yeah, I wasn't supposed to, but it's all rocky because I'm leaning over you the whole time. And oh my God,
Well, I'm sorry that
that
things
just wore
kind of.
me out.
Yeah, I feel bad. I really do.
Jack is killing me. I got a remote tomorrow.
You do?
Yeah, I hadn't done any since I've been here.
You're doing the remote?
Yeah,
Oh my God! I wish I was going to be here for that.
they're short-handed. So.
Yeah, I know. I heard Bob Wynn doing the remote today.
Yeah.
Who was running the remote back at the station?
Well, that had to be Mike.
Oh, Mike Williams. Okay,
Yeah.
I figured that had to be the case because I knew Randy had to take off.
Okay, so those
You
are
need
all
to-
my cords.
Want me to unplug that for you?
Yeah.